Boy, I really committed to having this Regina and Mac icon on my home screen, huh? Diplodocus Games, if you guys are still listening, if you guys are listening to how I'm butchering the name of that dinosaur, this is not. Please refer to the Switch icon design guidelines. I will make you a new icon. This is a promise. Please contact me.
Oh, shit.
Listen, I've given them like $20 over the course of the almost releases that this game has repeatedly had. They can just give me $20 back and I'll make that art for them. Anyways, welcome to... Oh, that's what this is? Delete.
Whoa.
There was like a scary thing that like fell, and before like immediately teleported me, but I think this is like the main menu? Oh, these are my files! Okay, well, welcome back. Welcome back to Regina and Mac, baby. That's an interesting way to handle menus, just a fucking cube that descends upon you. Alright, well, before we get into anything tonight, I want to show an image to you guys that I thought of in the shower. You know, I was haunted by this all night. I'm like, that Regina, that Mac, what do these two remind me of? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and then it clicked. It's up to you to decide. Love that easy mode button. Oh, I might not have been able to get that before, but I have like new moves now, so like, yeah, I can like expand the hub. Something like that. Okay, we got moving platforms now. But at what cost? Wait a second.
Yeah, it's a scary Yoshi.
I think it's a great Yoshi. What are you talking about?
I think you need to knock it off.
I need to knock it off.
Sorry, that was out of pocket. I don't know where that came from.
Also, do you think you guys could mind like turning yourselves up a little bit? Because like relative to the game audio, it's a little bit. Great, cool, it's fine. Oh my god, it's the same picture.
You can show this video on stream.
I cannot show that video on stream. I can't do any of this. You guys are demanding things. This was, having you guys on call was like, during the stream was a very impromptu thing, so I'm actually not prepared for any of this. So you guys have got to work with me if this is something that you want.
Yeah, just like show it on stream, I don't know.
No, I mean your audio levels, my friends.
Oh, mine?
Both of yours, I guess?
Mine is always as loud. Mine is always as loud as it can be.
Oh, you don't have like a little knob on your thing?
Oh, I do. It's just always all the way up.
Yeah, I don't have a thing. I just have blue snowball.
Guys, Regina has a message for us. Now that a quarter of your memory is restored, could you please help us to the other side? Of course. Be on the lookout, though. Fort Blocks has some strange effects on body size. I will keep that in mind. Thank you. Everyone in this game is so polite. It's great. Everyone besides Griffin is very quiet. This is what I've been trying to say!
Hello.
Oh shit, that's on a timer!
Oh,
This little dino's gotta move his feet!
So I'm still playing Kaiju in chess, and I just realized I'm the black piece. Oops.
No, I do that to myself all the time. Welcome to the world of living like Griffin. It's not an easy life. Griffin, you gotta increase them. They're already at 200%! They can go no higher! That's why I'm asking them to.
So they can go in Ohio?
I mean, you could go in Ohio if you want.
I guess you're probably right.
Griffin, you might have them low on your- This is the best I can do!
No, just literally raise Discord's volume. It's so easy.
No, you can't. Discord doesn't have its own volume slider. There's only volume sliders for you guys.
In your fucking audio mixer.
My audio mixer?
Yeah, like your sound mixer and like your sound settings. Like on your computer.
Is there like a per app controls for that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless there isn't for app.
I don't think Macs have that. I'm gonna get so clowned on right now! Oh. I could simply turn down the game, but then the game would be like really quiet. Like the audio mixing between me and the game's fine. Oh, the punishment for falling is really severe, huh? Are the arrows supposed to be pointing me to like how to leave in case I fall though? I've been kind of trying to like ignore these, but maybe I should follow them and then they'll help me out. Except wait, they don't! These are like completely unrelated. This part of the hub is very scary. Oh, I get it. You just have to go to like the far side and then you can go around. That makes sense. Does Max not have a fucking volume mixer? I don't think Max do. I don't know. It's not something that I've never looked into.
I do. Or Mac, not Max.
Macintosh is plural.
I got confused because you said the...
There's Max and Regina and Mac and Max.
So
Weird. There's so many.
I'm so pissed. I think everything should stop being called anything. I think we should just stop having names.
I learned something about that earlier today. Apparently there's like a society of... No! I go all the way back here?
That's crazy.
There's a society of like people who like want to like fix how people use apostrophes that officially disbanded in 2019 because they gave up.
Please.
Holy shit, apparently you need another program for that. That's insane. Well, like, I have like a multi-output device set up. Anyway, you can increase Discord volume by going into settings, voice and video output volume. Okay, I'll do that. Voice and video. Oh, I can indeed double that. How does that sound now?
Wait, you never did that?
No, that's always been at 100. How does that sound now for you guys? That should be better.
That's crazy.
It's better on my end.
Might be fine. We'll see.
I hope it's good. I'm making sound.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, I guess we went totally silent after you changed. Didn't even think about that.
Yep, it's all better now. And then crickets. Finally, we're free to talk as much as we like!
Oh yes.
If it's about time.
Speaking of,
We have
though...
all day to talk during your stream.
Speaking of, though, so the reason Max and FX are here, is that I was just having a conversation with my friends about the ongoing Mousepad Adventure. It's the name of my new 3D platformer, Mousepad Adventure 5. But, so I brought this up yesterday as like, oh yeah, this might be something that I'm interested in. I'll like look around to see like what I can do, you know, where like, cause like, this is a very common type of merchandise that like, you know, artists do. Merch is a very popular form of, I don't know, the ways artists make money. But that's a world I like know nothing about. So I did like a ton of research like all day today trying to figure out like the optimal way to do this. Because in the world of boobies, it's remarkably easy to find like oval shaped ones for like girl templates, but believe it or not, I've seen artists that have like more squarish ones that are like more peck-like, in my opinion, in my humble booby expert opinion. So I tried like trying to figure out where those come from, talking to some artist friends, like literally asking artists that I've never spoken to, like, hey, where'd you source the manufacturing on this? And like everyone's like, yeah, man, Alibaba. And the one that I specifically talked to was like, I mean, my manufacturer's like listing is like gone now, but like, I mean, you sure can try to like look for something similar. And so I did, and fellas, let me tell you, as someone who does not know anything about Alibaba, I have never felt more like I've like journeyed into the dark web in my entire fucking life. You're still kind of quiet on the stream end. I am? That's news to me. I guess I can just turn the game down a little bit, but I feel like this is already lower than what it was yesterday, so I don't know.
That's crazy.
Also, this like puzzle music that's going on right now is like, it's like the one thing in this game that isn't like, what's the word here? Not obnoxiously, but blatantly beating you over the head with the Banjo-Kazooie style.
Oh, the entire game has been that.
Yeah, but the one that I was listening to just now was like its own thing is what I was trying to get at. so it's unusual that that sounded like anything else.
I see.
They as in the Discord people. Well, this is 200%. Guys, we're going to block Fort. Fort blocks. Roblox?
My favorite place.
Whoa. Wait, this is like Ocarina of Time 10th music now. Are these like hookshot targets? Guys, I don't know if you guys have ever played like Roblox games that had like hookshots, but these are what the hookshot targets in Roblox games look like. What? Oh, I'm tiny now! I'm just a little creature. It's like Tiny Huge Island? Well, I can't lower that drawbridge yet, so I guess I'll like go around and see what else there is here. Oh yeah, you love to see obstacles like this. Yeah, this is like Twilight Princess music. It's the hub castle from RA1. Tyler, every night you show up, I must keep begging you. Please make the old Roblox adventures work again so I can stream all of them, thanks. Wait a second.
Thanks.
Thanks. I think there's like a version where you climb that tower when you're tiny and a version where you climb that tower when you're big. These obstacles are so Roblox, it's insane, right? Is this like a door? It is a door, believe it or not. Wow. Game design, guys. Can you believe it? Fuck!
I can't.
Can't believe
I think
a
that's
door.
fucking awesome.
I think I might need to get a few new ideas for LBA 5. I think I'm a little outdated.
Shit, Robin's here too.
What?
What's going on?
What's going
Hey,
on?
what's going on? I'm
We're just
dropping
saying
in.
Yes.
Here I am.
Griffin is just streaming and we're just here.
Here I am.
Yeah, I'm talking about booby mouse pads.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of Ohio,
Who's speaking of Ohio?
you said, did you say Ohio a moment ago? And I said, I
Oh,
didn't.
did say that.
But,
You're right.
yeah, right. So, chat, I had a dream last night that the United States had 53 states. That was it. That was the whole dream. I think that this is a very fun question to ask. Chat, I'm sure we got a couple of Americans in there.
I don't know.
If you had to choose what
I don't know about
the
that.
next 3 states would be, what would they be? And you can choose to like add a state, or you can like divide existing states to get to that new total.
I would put in 3 more Floridas just see what happens.
3 more Floridas!
Yeah.
My god.
Is the world
Too many
ready
of
for that?
those.
Florida 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. They
Is
are
that the naming scheme
Florida
officially?
4.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Florida's so cool. Why haven't they made Florida 4?
That's a good point.
They have.
It's not though. It doesn't need one.
This is
That's
interesting
just
to me.
Too
Like
many Floridas.
these platforms will like respawn. Like they don't go back and forth, they just like blip. So you kind of have to like learn like the timing of all of these. It's very like, I don't know what you would call it. I want to be the guy kind of design where you just have to like learning through repetition. At least this specific room, I've really wandered into quite the catastrophe here. Tell you what though, this has got better brick textures on the ground than Roblox games usually do.
Yeah, you look like you're inside a Minecraft stone block.
Just the one block.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
I think you have to jump. Like now. And then, oh! Boy, you can't waste a second, huh? Why is this music getting, like, scary? Every copy of Regina and Mac is personalized.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I think probably only like 5 people have the game. I'm just gonna be dead ass.
And one of them is just me twice, because I also bought this on Wii U.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I checked their Twitter. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they're doing alright.
Oh, you just think...
That's all.
Okay! I hope you're doing alright too. I want a sequel. I hope this game makes like a very like tongue-in-cheek, very sure of themselves, wink wink, nudge nudge, like Regina and Regina and Toonie.
What?
Holy shit! I just saw Regina and Mac do a flip. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a triple jump. There's a triple jump. It doesn't do anything though. It doesn't actually like really do much to your height.
It does do some. It does do something. To do a flip.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I had to consider that before. Okay, this platform is like at least safe. Well, fuck, not anymore.
If they don't make a Regina and Mac 2, I mean, we could make our own spiritual successor to Regina.
Guess we'll have to make our own.
That'd be so cool.
I mean, you could probably make like a Roblox clone of this. There exist Roblox clones of many things.
This isn't in Roblox?
No, this is on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah, right? They published more Switch games than I have.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I thought about that before.
Uh-oh. Oh! When the horizontal platforms disappear, that's like the most aggravating, because with the vertical ones, you can at least just like fall back down on that starting point. But if you don't have any idea what the horizontal ones are doing, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
That was such a close save! This area is me after discovering tweening. Also, Femi's answer on the United States thing. Real answer, add some of the permanent territories as states because currently they don't have real representation. That's 5 new states if I recall correctly. Also split up some of the more populated ones like California so we get closer to equal representation. Joke answer, East and West Dakota, Wyoming 2, and add another Virginia but call it West Virginia as well. See, my joke was like, also Dakota, but splitting it horizontally, so you would have like a South Dakota and a North Dakota. Oh my god!
There'd be so many Dakotas.
Yeah. I think you could probably do something interesting with Arkansas. I think there's potential there.
No, I don't.
No?
I don't do that at all. There's no way. No, not Arkansas.
I think I'm simply going to come back to this.
Florida's.
More Floridas?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, can I say what my answer was?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I liked your answer.
I told Griffin that we would keep Rhode Island exactly how it is, except we would just split it into 4 inside of itself.
Aha!
So we would have 4 of the smallest United States.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the states, so
I know that Rhode Island
I can't
is
give a real answer.
That's it.
I like your 3
think it's
Floridas
probably
answer,
you.
that's not bad.
If we needed... I could tell you if we needed 16 provinces and territories.
Change Arkansas's pronunciation to be Arkansas.
True! Oh my
I don't know how
god.
that one works. I think I will simply become tiny.
That's what I do whenever I'm having a hard time.
I should shrink.
Yeah.
Is this Paper Mario? I don't know, you tell me, my friend.
Super Mario. You guys
When
ever played the Game Boy Advance Mario games?
I pray to God that I never will.
I played Advance 4, which is like Mario 3.
Yeah, I had Mario 3, I had Mario World, and I had Yoshi's Island on there. No, I had all of them. I had Mario 2, actually.
Oh.
And that's how I played all those games for the first time, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was bad at the time, but my god,
Uh-huh.
I really
I
just didn't understand.
I like when you get a 1-up as Mario and he says, "Lucky!"
Yeah!
Does he say that?
When he says this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is when Birdo says, "This is as far as you go."
Yeah, that's awesome.
I also like...
Oh, I could have just shrunk down here.
Every time you get a power-up as Mario, he says, just what I needed."
What?
I love that.
I love how the first few GBA Mario remakes had super bright and washed out graphics because the GBA didn't even have a backlight.
Yeah,
They were ugly as shit.
yeah. I know, especially like Mario games too, because they're just like... it was just like Mario World, but all the colors were just like fucking drained.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
So-
Somehow I feel like I had like an
But
even
because
worse.
it had the spin button R.
Oh.
I remember as a kid, I fucking loved Mario games too, Mario World, just because it had a different Luigi sprite instead of
Oh,
just being like
yeah.
green Mario.
He was like big and long. Yeah.
Yeah. Little like funny.
He did like a flutter jump too.
Yeah. I always play as Luigi whenever I can.
Yeah.
Dude, Mario Galaxy when you can play as Luigi for 20 stars.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, I popped off so. That was the first game I ever 100%ed just because I wanted Luigi so bad.
Yeah. I couldn't do it, and I felt so bad. I couldn't. Like, there was one star where you have to like chase a rabbit on like a snow planet or something.
Oh,
that one?
fucking sucks. Yeah.
The one that took me forever was the purple coins, like Big Mario.
Yeah, when they're like on the flipping platforms. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can imagine my ecstasy when I got Mario Galaxy 2 and I beat the game and I unlocked Luigi.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to get all the stars. I was like,
You just needed to get like halfway through the game.
yeah. I was so fucking happy I could finally play as Luigi for years.
I wonder if that was like a direct response to people having a hard time getting Luigi in the first one.
I know
For me, the ones that always haunted me were like the ones where you actually have to I have to die. The ones on the green stars, the red stars, where you like unlock that like side planet in the observatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember I popped off when Showed Conroy did the first episode of Super Luigi Galaxy.
Yes!
And I was like, oh my god, he's gonna play as Luigi Galaxy.
Yeah.
Do I have to figure out the triple jump for this? Because it gives you like an extra like centimeter of height, but I'm like, there's no way that could ever come in handy in like a real platforming situation, is there?
I think you gotta.
Sure. Not.
There's also a bit though, where like if you're like touching like a diagonal surface and the slope detection kicks in, you can kind of sometimes sneak in a second jump. Again, very Roblox-esque quirks. Also, there's like a ton of stuff in the water, and I have no idea how to get to any of it.
I really think they just made this game in Roblox and then put it on the Switch.
If that's the case, man, share the tools.
Yeah. They had to go on a dark net for it.
Yeah.
To
They had to go on
to
Alibaba.
to get port Roblox game to Switch tool.
I mean, you know what? There's like some Switch dev kits out there where you can see like what like the internal developer UI looks like. And it kind of looks like it was made with like a Roblox GUI tool. Okay, I just went through that one.
I think whenever you release LBA 5, I'm gonna go onto it with my new Roblox account just so I can comment Switch port.
I think they got rid of Roblox. Oh, I did it, but I fucked up.
That's cringe.
They
Yeah.
got rid of Roblox? What do you mean they got rid of Roblox?
God, if only. No, like Roblox, like the comment section. You used to be able to comment on like places and gear and like all sorts of like, you know, user-generated content. But I think people were just like spamming that sort of thing with like lots and lots of like malicious links. Or like, win 1 million tickets! Like, I remember back in the day, sometimes they would have to, like, have giant banner notifications at the top of the site, like, no, if Builderman messages you, don't listen.
I got like one genuine comment when I made a Roblox T-shirt that had the epic face on it when I was a little kid. I got one comment of somebody saying like, "This is awesome," and I was so happy. I never forgot it.
Yes.
There has to be a way to grow, I think. If I become bigger, then I will find a way.
Yeah.
I want to grow! Whoa!
Yeah. It's true.
or maybe there's like a way to drain the moat. I wonder if that's what like the block puzzle over here is related to. Like I have to do that to proceed? Or I become tiny and jump in the water. Those are my two guesses. Because then I can fit through the holes in the grates. No, I'm dead. Great.
I think you have to do the funny platforming.
I think so. That's the only like tangible thing that I can like see is like left for me to do right now. I have one floppy. Builderman asked for my home address and password. Wow, Tyler, what an honor!
Builderman asked for my Facebook login, and he said he would give me unlimited extreme platinum builders club.
Oh my god, look at the surface fighting. This really is a Roblox game.
Yeah, of course you should.
Builderman sent me a message. He said if I gave him a credit card, then my parents would get back together. Developing a platform for children honestly seems like a fucking nightmare. It really is. The first shit I'm putting in the terms of service for anything I do, 18 or older. I mean, me too, but not for the same reasons.
Oh my god, outrageous builders club. Whenever I like saw somebody on Roblox with outrageous builders club, I was like, holy shit.
I had outrageous builders club.
Are you what?
Yeah.
My parents got me normal builders club for a month, and I felt like a king. I felt like I was above all my friends who had just normal Roblox.
No, I had that shit annually for years, because if you're like a higher profile developer and you want access to like the best of the best developer tools, they lock it behind that membership. So like even though your games are generating revenue, like you can't cash out unless you have OBC. Nowadays it's just Roblox Premium and you can get those features at any tier, so I don't have that anymore. And I don't think they lock like the amount of play slots you can have either behind membership tier.
That was a big thing for me. That was a big mark of my pride having built this club for a month. I was like, all my friends, they can only put 2 of their places up. I can put up 6.
Yeah, at a certain point too, I remember what everybody used to do back in the day was once your membership ran out, you would lose the play slots if you didn't make them. So a lot of people back in the day would just have like hundreds of, you know, play slots and games that were just blank base plates, so that once their membership run out, they would be able to keep those.
Yeah. And I miss the old Roblox. I can't go back anymore. When I see it now, I'm just sad.
There's actually like a couple of like things that like do a really good job of like emulating the older Roblox experience, like down to the textures and like some of the like the old classic games.
I need when they like would change your cursor to that really fucking wacky one.
I miss when Roblox Studio had sound effects. So every time you use the paint bucket, it would go.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember Roblox Gone Crazy? Remember JJ5X5's Roblox
Yes!
Gone Crazy?
Tyler actually used to make like Roblox bloopers videos like that. Unfortunately, a certain someone decided that they weren't worth keeping around.
Oh, was that me? Sorry.
No, that was Tyler.
Oh.
They got rid of their old stuff and now it's like just gone.
Yeah, that's why we need piracy.
JJ5X5, he has this like archived from June 25th, 2007, where the things can happen in Roblox, and this is just some of them.
That's base.
God.
I feel like that's almost like the kind of thing you would hear at like the start of like a Criminal Minds episode. Not Criminal Minds, what's the one I'm thinking of? Law and Order? Weird things can happen in Roblox. Dong dong!
I mean, they can though. What's your like deepest Roblox lore you guys know?
The deepest Roblox lore I know?
Yeah.
I was 15 and my family found them and I deleted them all out of embarrassment. I wish every day I could get them back.
I know there's another piece of like Roblox Prestige that I still have on my old account. where I got a VIP T-shirt for like this one creator who did a bunch of tycoons, just so I could get like free money.
That was the closest yet.
It was on the. I could get VIP for the first place I ever went to on Roblox, which was 2-player War Tycoon.
2-player Lore Tycoon?
2-player War Tycoon.
Oh, War Tycoon.
Yeah.
So wait, how could they have a war with just 2 players?
No, there's like 2 people could have a base, and there's like a lot of bases.
Oh.
Yeah.
RTS, wouldn't it?
No, you just built a base.
Huh?
you just got money and you built up like a building. That was just all tycoons really were.
Yeah, you would have like conveyor belts that would like produce things, and then you could like choose to like speed them up, and you know make number go up faster to buy more expensive things.
This one wasn't even that. It was just like those. It was so old. It was just like those pass machines you would get at like the end of obbies, but it was just like a number on it that would like
the givers.
Increase. Yeah.
Obbies were my shit.
God, Griffin, you're doing this like the wrong way, but I don't know how to explain it.
The wrong way?
Wait, this is great! We finally can like communicate with you in real time.
Wow. Well, real-ish.
I mean, even still, there's like
that platform that's like moving away. You have to stay on it and then wait for the like one.
Oh! That's horrible,
Yeah.
thanks! You gotta jump at it before it teleports.
What if you were playing Mario and like the platforms you were jumping on in your Wahoo challenge, like just vanished out of center? There was like no fade out, there was like no transition, they just popped out of existence.
It's funny that you mentioned that. In Peanut Park, episode 6 is Yoshi's secret, but there's a secret that comes before that. I think that's episode 2 with Monty Mole, and you go in his hole, and inside there's Yoshi platforms. That's what they do, they just disappear out of existence.
Yeah.
They turn black and they go.
Well, I mean, at least you can anticipate it because they like turn black before disappearing. They don't just pop out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Without warning.
Yeah, these platforms do just kind of disappear, huh?
Yeah.
So I gotta jump at it before it. Oh, you're right.
They probably want to like have them move back.
The drawbridge! Block fort, baby, let's go! Why is there more? Wait, why is there more?
You're a block fort? Mario Kart 64? Block fort?
Little something like that. Also, thank you very much for that, FX. You saved the day.
I was just frustrating watching.
You're the Mac to my Regina.
Oh no!
Well, hold on. Let me like try and see what's at the top of all of this because I don't think. Oh, it's a Jiggy. You know, even though this wasn't like Banjo-y, I was kind of like excited for how this music was going to sound because it sounded like kind of like a cool, kind of like Hyrule Field ripoff. But now it's just like scary. It stopped sounding like fun.
Should have thought of that sooner.
There we go. That's the way. Okay, so it's just
that's like the Knuckles
right, middle,
meme.
left, right, little, left, right, middle, left, right, little, reft. Max, I think the sooner you drop that bit, the better.
Ah! The Knuckles meme.
Yeah, it is. Really goofy.
Why you gotta pronounce Regina like that? I have this conversation because Regina is the capital of Saskatchewan!
What do you mean every time? This is your second stream.
No, but every time I bring up this game, everyone says, why do you say it like that, Griffin? I am tired of explaining myself as a Canadian. I think you guys are just ignorant and it's your fault.
I've been to Regina, my grandma lives there.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Was she a bird? Was she a macaw?
No.
My birds.
My birds!
Yeah.
And I'll go to Saskatchewan. I used to go to Saskatchewan every year so I could go to Regina and I could go to Humboldt and I could see my family. And it was so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That story.
I don't do that anymore. You just-
This is the greatest dinosaur challenge of all time. I'm like barely making any height too. These descend fast.
Yeah, that's fucked up. It's like a raining.
This is like the bit in like the opening to Sonic CD where like the mountain explodes and Sonic's jumping up like all the falling debris.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just like that.
God, I want to play Sonic CD. Slash just listen to its music. Also, the fact that there's a no-no cube like right there, but like just floating over nothing, like why? Why would they do this?
I'm like 90% certain they are not no cubes.
They're called N-O-N-O cubes.
Yeah, I think it's nano. I think it's supposed to be nano cubes.
Nano? Why would they be nano?
Because it's like the inverse of like nano. It'd be like nano with an O.
Like the iPod no-no?
Yeah, but nano. Because like you're getting them for a computer, right? So it's supposed to be like a play on nano, but it's just a different vowel.
But wouldn't it be no-no?
No.
Because if the second no in nano is no, then wouldn't the first no in no-no be no?
Since no, you.
Oh.
I mean, the good news is that I'm feeling pretty proud of like being able to do this first section, but the bit that actually requires you to like get the floppy is like.
Where's that Yoshi picture?
That's what I said earlier. That's what Mac reminds me of. That's what they look like.
That is so scary to me.
But Mac has the big nose though, just like Yoshi. Why is it gone?
Because if you look at it's mainly in the cheeks. I feel like this one has like exaggerated cheeks when you remove the nose, so it's got that same kind of like silhouette. No isn't a pre. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. You know, I said earlier that you know like word things like that. You know like conjunctures and whatever the fuck.
I'm not saying it's real and is actually used by computer people. I'm just saying that it's supposed to be a play on nano. I'm saying they made it up for the game because they didn't want to say nano, so they say nano instead.
I think they would say no-no.
No is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, because the rest of this game isn't ridiculous. They would never do ridiculous things in Regina and Mac.
I agree. I'm glad we're on the same page.
No. No.
The floppy is mine!
No.
But I gotta get the cube now. That's an even greater challenge laid out before me.
They are gonna... Maybe they are called no cubes, and then you're gonna find out that at the end of the game it was all a dream and there's no cubes.
Oh my god.
No.
It's one! There's 100 in these stages. I can choose to just leave. I got the drawbridge, I got the floppy, but I need it. Conjuncture junction, once you're functure. Don't copy that floppy. I love don't copy that floppy. Did you know that guy did like a sequel thing that's like even weirder? I think it's got like a music video. Yeah, it's like this little kid makes a website called like Juarez Weasel, and he makes a piracy website. And he sells illegal burned CDs or whatever. And then like they do like a fucking ice raid on his house, and I think they like shoot his mom. And it's like, and remember kids, that's why you shouldn't copy that DVD. I think the rapper may be dancing during the ice raid, but I forget.
Oh my god. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure you can just look it up, like, I'll put it in the As Seen On channel, but it should be pretty easy to find. It should be pretty easy for you. Because I think the bit that they tried to go for was, like, to capitalize on the success of Don't Copy That Floppy, and they tried to, like, do it again on purpose, but it was, like, weird. You know, the Tommy Wiseau effect.
Yeah.
Where he made, like, a TV show after The Room, but it was just, like, weird.
Wait, did he? Wait, what's the... Oh, wait, what's the TV show?
It's, like, I think about college students or something. Okay, I got the cube. I'm out of here. Cubes. Oh!
Why do we live just for cubes?
Wait, what? It didn't come all the way down. But if I get tiny, I can sneak around. Wait, no, I can't because there's walls?
You have to press the other buttons that make it go down even more.
I didn't see any other buttons, but I'll look around, I guess. I should be able to go around that side. Remember Weird Al's Don't Download This Song and how it was the only song that was free on his... Yeah, I do, actually. I'm a big Al head.
Owl
Big
head?
Al's Toy Barn. Yes, an owl head, actually.
They do.
Whatever was possessed by an owl.
It do be true, though.
Oh no, this is blocked off from this side, too. But there's something there. Is there like a flight pad somewhere that I'm missing, I wonder? Maybe inside of the castle, probably. Because this is where most of the world is, down there, below the moat. But I gotta find a way to like make it like not a kill plane. I've been around this side, but I haven't gone to like the absolute rear end, I wonder? Yeah, so wait, there's just nothing on this side. I remember seeing like one of the sides had like a staircase on it. Yeah, this. Maybe this can help? Or will I still die if I do this? No, I still die, huh? Well, it's back to the green block room. Maybe it's on like a timer or something, or maybe I have to like hit it multiple times. But this is a pretty like empty place, so there's only, you know, so many places I can look.
You did everything in the green block room.
But there was a switch. Maybe you have to like press it multiple times.
All that was in there was green blocks.
But like the camera cut to show the drawbridge lowering.
Yeah, and you press the button, and then it didn't happen any of the other times you like went there.
I know, but like
it's on stream all the time.
there's only so many other places to look, you know? So where else do you think, if not that room?
Up on like the fucked up tower that like you need to jump up for.
Oh. Yeah. I'll redo this first sequence one more time because I think that was like a ground pound switch, so that even though I touched it a bunch of times, that's probably why the effect that we effectively saw was it doing nothing. Or it disappeared, but you know, only one way to find out, you gotta look. You gotta rule it out, you gotta tick off that box, and I did a ground pound. Max, I would love your music analysis opinion on the Regina and Max soundtrack.
It's really bad.
Okay. Also, the button is not there, so I'm out of ideas. Die. I mean, yeah, I haven't gone to this tower. It could lead to, like, a similar path across, but I don't see it as... Actually, wait a second. Where does any of this lead? Theoretically, if I were to ascend this... Okay, you know, then what? Is there just, like, a button right there?
To lower the thing more, probably.
I think so. It doesn't look like this is actually for a floppy.
20 skybox.
Oh yeah, this is very Robloxy, isn't it?
20 box in the sky, that's how I like them.
Yeah.
If I was really rich, I would get like a big castle that looks exactly like this.
That'd be crazy if you did that.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, all you gotta do is source the bricks, really. Guys, wait.
No, but they also have like these rotating ones, and there's ones moving out. That's the only way you can get in. I have the drawbridge up all the time, and you have to brave my little platforming challenges to get in.
But doesn't that mean you would also have to shrink down?
You would also need interdimensional like platforms that are green, so...
Yeah.
That's true.
well,
How do
I
you
can
make them
that.
warp in real life? I'm sure Universal Nintendo World would love to know your secrets.
If I was rich enough, I could afford that. If I had Jeff Bezos' money, I could afford blocks that just levitate.
Yeah, probably.
That's the answer. We don't need rockets to go to space. We need to just get a moving platform.
Yeah.
We just need to do the Super Mario Sunshine rocket skip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be insane.
And you know what's crazy about Mario Sunshine? How like the final penultimate level of that game, most of the time you were just on a boat. You
Uh-huh.
were just navigating a boat.
Oh yeah, and it's like not fun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to have opinions on Mario Sunshine, and I think the Sonic Adventure games fall into this same category for me, where like, I've subconsciously trained myself to avoid the janky shit like that. It's like, okay, I'll do this in like this hyper-precise way that is like, you know what I mean? Where it's like I don't really run into the clunkiness.
I mean, with games like Mario Sunshine, I want to be able to like judge the entire game and like everything in it. And I don't know, like I still really like Mario Sunshine, but it's just because of like nostalgia and just because of like the vibes, you know. It
Oh,
just feels
I
nice
very
to play
much
for
know the
me.
vibes.
But you know, as a game, a lot of levels are like not great.
What if you went to
Well,
the
I'll be honest,
beach
I don't-
in Mario Sunshine and it was closed?
I'll use the dash nozzle to break through the barriers.
What if it was made of solid metal though, and Mario just bonked into it and went, oof!
I would break through it and I enter into a secret level.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Mario does with like the police building?
Yeah.
With the
you
turbo
break into
nozzle?
the police building and you go into like some fucking slide level or some shit.
Yeah, there's like water slides or something.
And there's one where you gotta like go across an obstacle course with like the dash nozzle and do big jumps. And then there's another one that's just like you just dash and you do a big jump and then you gotta like avoid obstacles on a downward slope.
I have no nostalgia for Sunshine, so I can easily say I don't like it very much.
What do you think?
Yeah. I do have nostalgia for Sunshine, and I still don't like it very much.
If I were to like rate it, if I were to like try to as bluntly and objectively like rate Sunshine out of 10, I think specifically that the lily pad level and how you get to it and how it like just boots you out. If you like exit without getting all 8 red coins or like get a game over or something, that would knock off like a solid point or two, just that alone, because it's so bad. Like even the Pachinko level, like
I have to wonder if that's just like literally a mistake. Like the level designers like modeled it and like a programmer just made a fucking mistake.
I don't know. Pachinko level, like I don't really like. It's a bad level. It's something that I don't like to go to, but I don't mind it as much because you can at least like get to it pretty easily. But the lily pad level is like so hard, and it takes a billion years to get to it. So it's like if you get there once, you gotta do it, or else you're fucking getting mad.
Well, gotta do it is a bit of a subjective term because it is like the most optional thing you could possibly point to.
Well, I'm still gonna judge it because it's in the game.
Yeah.
Like I think if I were to be a game reviewer, which I'm not, I would want to judge
Thank
a
God.
game by like the framing of if I were to like complete it and do all of the content in it.
Yeah, if it is in the game, it is not exempt from criticism. That is a really weird,
If I don't, even if I don't have to do it, it's still there and it's still something that I should be able to judge.
Yeah, like if something in a game is bad, it's bad. Just because it's optional doesn't make it any less bad.
I just think in terms of like the weighting compared to like, if it's 1/120th of the game.
Well, also, I mean, Tyler's got a point too, where also the rest of the game is also bad. It's a little rough.
Yeah, low levels don't feel much better. Like I know that the.
Oh, you don't like Yoshi's Fruit Adventure?
No.
Levels were pretty funny.
Like I think with the first level, kind of sums up Sunshine pretty well. Where it's just like the first shine is like a redo of the Goop Piranha Plant boss that you already did like twice.
Yeah.
And then you fight PD Piranha, and then you do the secret level, and then you get red coins, and then you fight PD Piranha again, and then you get red coins again. You get 100 coins. And
Also,
don't forget to collect the blue coins.
The blue coins! So, Griffin, can you remind me again why you want to play this game?
Because I just got the Switch, and the mode is now drained.
Like, I'm watching this, and like, I can't imagine wanting to play this.
Yeah, like...
Well, somebody has to. Wait, what the fuck does any of this mean? What am I...
Lord
This is cryptic.
Yeah. Remember it for later. You just need to
or right now. Just go in there. Dude, there's dice blocks down here.
These like rapidly
There's no
alternating
key.
tiles when I go fast is like very upsetting to my eyes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
This is like NES shit.
Uh,
Like bad NES waterfalls.
Yeah, you're so right.
yeah.
And like the bricks and the...
What the fuck is all of this?
Oh my god, I'm back in Mega Man 2.
Yeah, my good friend Bubble Man.
Yeah. That was like one of the things when I was playing Mega Man 2. I think that's one of the few like Mega Man games I really like beat.
Yeah.
But the Bubble Man stage like almost kept me from doing it because it was just such a strain on my eyes.
It's hard to look at. I'm glad it's only like the first like 3 screens. But no, yeah. Have you? So like, how far have you guys gotten in Zelda 2 on the NES?
Oh boy,
I feel like I'm the only person in the world who's gotten
I got, like,
far in it at all.
I feel like I got past the first temple and then got like a bit beyond that, and there was some part I got lost in, like in some fucking caves or something.
Oh, there's a lot of caves in that game.
Yeah.
But no, like later on, like some of the palaces have like red color schemes and blue color schemes, so it's like this just alternating pattern of like black outline with the same color blue, black outline with the same color blue, and it looks fucking horrible. Like it's probably my least pleasurable visual experience I've ever had with the NES game.
Yeah.
Is some of the dungeons in Zelda 2.
Yeah, I simply
Does
just
that come
won't
back?
play Zelda 2.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah, I had it as on like the Game Boy. They did like a port of it, and it
Oh,
sucked.
what?
Yeah, to the GBA.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. My mom tried to make it like a you know, like a nice gift. It's like, oh yeah, you know, we're going on a fucking 11-hour car ride here. This is the only thing you have.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so sad. No, because that's bad enough already, but with like a tiny screen as well, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Because you need to be like so precise in that game, and you need to be so aware of like your surroundings.
Also, I was bad at like
Awful.
the baby Game Boy games that I already had. Like I couldn't complete Sonic Advance. You know, I didn't know what I was doing with like modern games. There's no way that, you know, NES hard was gonna cut it for me.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds crazy. I had no idea that even existed.
No, yeah, look it up. They did like a bunch of like NES classics that were just like direct, completely unmodified ports, not just the Mario Advance games. Although I do think that like Zelda 2 would be improved with like shoehorned voice lines where Link goes, "Oh boy!"
Oh wait, are you talking Game Boy Advance?
GBA, yes. NES to GBA.
I thought you were talking Game Boy Color.
Oh no, I didn't have that.
Okay, that would have been fucking horrible. Game Boy Advance seems a little less bad to me. Depending on the screen resolution. Let me see. Oh, yeah, this isn't that bad. Okay. On the Game Boy Color, that would have been abysmal, but on the Advance,
True.
it seems fine.
Oh my god, Griffin. I like made it all the way and I just didn't press the button and then I fell back down.
Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to today? What's the vibe?
Well, it was mainly
let's
mousepad
provide some commentary
research.
on your stream.
It was mainly like some mousepad research, and I got in touch with the seller. But this is what makes it feel like very dark webby to me, is that I can't tell if it's like a fucking bot or a person, because it's like both. The inquiry that I made at first was like, you know, could you provide a template, blah blah blah. And that seemed like a human answer. It's like, sure, could you provide me some like more contact details, you know, how many are you looking to order, stuff like that. And so I'm like, I provided that information, and then the second I press enter, suddenly the same person comes back with like a paragraph that's like, hi, what is your inquiry? We are the factory.
It's crazy. How long did it take for the first one to respawn?
For the, I sent it in the morning and it took until the evening, but I would chalk that up to like time zone differences. Like I was asking Siri, you know, what's the time in Guangdong, China?
What's the timestamp? Was it sent at like 3:12? Was that like a weird time, or was it like on the dot somewhere?
I think it was like a 3:12. I don't think it was like a scheduled sort of thing.
Okay.
But then again, I do that with my scheduled tweets, where I like purposely make it like whatever 12, you know.
What?
Yeah.
That's evil. That's fucked up.
Why is it evil and fucked up?
It's so weird. I've never heard of someone doing that before, like intentionally.
Well, yeah, to make it look like, well, I don't know, to not make it look like a scheduled
Like
tweet.
a human when it's not? That's so fucked up. It's so weird.
Well, I'm just not human in general, so, you know.
Wait, what tweets are you even scheduling?
Art posts. Oh, I can skip that
art
platform.
posts.
I don't know, that feels weird. I feel like people like vibe more with the post that's not like scheduled to a clock
Yeah,
time.
that's like weird and manipulative that you think that.
Weird and manipulative?
I don't know.
I think it's about as manipulative as like, oh yeah, these are probably like the healthiest times to post. You know, it's just whatever.
Maybe. I don't know, that's just weird. That's weird to like plot out, like, I'm gonna schedule it at this time so it seems more human even though I'm using a robot. Like, that's weird to me.
You know, I don't like to schedule shit. If I get art done and I want to post it, like it's going up.
You just send it. That's
Well,
amazing.
I've been like juggling with like some wrist stuff, so even though I've had like a backlog of finished stuff for a while, but I've been trying to like kind of parse it out through the month, you know? So that way some days are like dense with like 3 posts and then I have nothing for a while because I'm in too much pain to do anything new. You could
wait,
say
how's that
it's a
going
little
back?
bit like the
What's that?
Switch release schedule right now.
Oh, true. How's like your wrist doing, by the way? I haven't heard about that for a while.
I don't know. I wish I could say whether or not like the pain was actually gone. Are you fucking kidding me? I got the Switch and nothing happened. Is it
Wait, tell me again. Tell me again. So wait, every answer you've given me on why you want to play this game has been like a meme answer. I genuinely want to know like what you see in this that makes you want to play it.
I want to get my money's worth. It reminds me of games that I grew up with. Not in the sense of like whatever Banjo-Kazooie Ocarina of Time thing it's going for right now, but you know, like Roblox things. And there's very few games that capture that energy, you know? So it's very unique to see a game that like feels specifically like that, you know? And a lot of those old Roblox, you know, 2009 games, the technology is updated and, you know, those games are broken for the most part, Tyler! And the developers won't fix them, Tyler! So, you know, what else is there for me to do, for example, to really, like, harness... Oh, the koala!
Oh, the koala.
Thank you for removing that nasty liquid. It was just water, was it not? I did not major in swimming though. Now, as a little thank you, let me show you how to further increase your speed. Do we now have to keep 2 buttons pressed while running? Sounds tedious. Hear me out. Do you see those green arrows on the ground? I will mark that down as a rhetorical question. If you just walk on one of these arrows, you will feel a surge of energy and run at thrice the maximum speed. I am a bit unsure whether Mac can even handle that with his loose feet. Turning gets a bit more difficult, but in turn you gain the quick step ability? Press the ZL button to make a quick step to the left. This is Sonic Generations. This is the boost formula. This only works on the ground though. In the
It is a little diabolical.
In the air,
3 times speed?
you can control which direction 3 times max speed. In the air, you can control which direction you're running in with the what? With the what? It didn't say with the what. If you feel you're going too fast, you can always stop your speed rush with a stomp. Let's hope Mac can keep all this in the little mind of his then. Yeah, me and Mac both.
So they really just put an ability in the game that lets you go 3 fucking times regular speed. That is so insane. I guess that's why the levels are so huge.
My brain is going places you can't imagine right now.
Is that really like the speed?
Ah!
I think it's max speed.
Is there like, yeah, there's a thing to make me grow at the end. That's helpful.
What?
There's a thing to make me grow at the end.
Make you grow? What do you mean grow? You just get big? Like 3 times as big?
A little bit, yeah. Oh, I have to stomp to cancel. That's right.
Wait,
Because,
is this like Minish Cap?
yeah, this level in particular has like a growing and shrinking mechanic. So when you touch those little things that look like Roblox hookshot targets, that's what makes you grow and shrink.
Oh.
So that little course that I was racing through, for example, as you can see, is tiny. So I have to be tiny and then I touch it. And then you go, meow!
I was playing chess and simply not paying attention to your video game.
This is better than chess. Can
Yeah.
chess let you go at 3x speed?
If your brain is good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can sometimes just slow to a stop. That's cool.
Yeah, you can go any speed.
You can do anything.
There's work chess, there's
I think
daily chess,
I was gonna say a bit earlier that this game probably looks like a 2009 Roblox game because it's not good.
Yeah.
I think there were good 2009 looking Roblox games. Tyler! That one wasn't me, that was an actual compliment because Tyler was very good at what they did and they created a genre.
But, I mean, if this was a Roblox game, I don't think I would play it.
And I hate saying that because like I know like the devs have like seen your stream and I feel bad if they like hear this.
Oh yeah, did I say that? The devs of this game like tweeted me.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Okay. Why do I stop sometimes?
I don't know.
If the game is bad, I'm not gonna pretend it isn't, you know?
I know, I just don't like to be mean about it, is all.
Yeah. I'm trying not to like make fun of it, but
Yeah. I appreciate like the devs' hard work, but I don't think I'll play this game.
This game's pretty funny.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right about that.
I mean, bizarrely enough, though, this world I have not been having very much fun with, for sure. But, like, World 4 I actually did kind of get into. The music was nice, like, the levels were, like, competently put together. They introduced, like, a fun flying mechanic. There was stuff here that I was, like, actually interested in, and I have come to a complete stop yet again.
Yeah, if it were like a 2009 Roblox game, it would be impressive.
Oh, mechanically,
But
the shit that they're doing with the camera and the walk speed, oh, unprecedented.
I think it's funny how they just speed up the fucking dinosaurs walk animation. And just make it go really fast.
Animation is a funny way of putting it because it's animated like this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I will say that Mac looks very funny and cute. Nope, we're not doing
I
this.
know I do.
From the top
Mac,
down.
The bird. The bird. No, the dinosaur is what you mean.
Yes, Regina's the bird, Mac is the dinosaur.
Got it.
They didn't tween the legs like they tweened the platforms.
I think that's too hard.
Really.
So wait, when you go down in size, you're only dropping to like... You're only losing like 0.5... like, times your like...
Even when I do it right, I do it wrong!
What are you trying to do? You already got the floppy.
No, I didn't. It sinks into the ground.
Oh, it's synced.
Yeah, it's on a timer.
Yeah, the little black bar that grows like thinner and thinner at the bottom. That decreases in width.
Exactly. How are you that small?
Yeah, this whole like growing and shrinking mechanic really is not very substantial, is it?
I mean, there was an area earlier with like a tower where like, I'm sorry, I genuinely have to focus on this. This is one of the most challenging things I've done in my life. Wait, the timer already ran out, even though I did that perfectly.
I think it's because you went in again. It didn't actually reset it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I felt like that was a really good run. I don't know.
At the very least, Griffin, from now on, you should at least have FX here for your like all of your streams.
Like, it's giving you like real advice and helping you.
What?
Man, I like earlier when we were in the green block round.
Yeah, I liked the green block.
That was awesome.
I'm glad somebody did, because Jesus Christ.
Blocks was really fun.
How much is this game? I might buy it.
$10.
$10?
But I had to spend 20, because again, Wii U.
And
Hollow Knight is like 15. Celeste
Is it really?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty fair value proposition then.
yeah, I mean, there was a couple indie games I got that were like $8, and I don't want to like talk.
Well,
about
aren't they
other
doing like a
games.
sale now after like the, oh my god. A
Oh,
sale
yeah,
now after the
that's
most
it.
recent like indie direct? What's on sale?
Yeah. Basically like all the indie games that they had in the showcase that were like available later today.
Oh, stuff from the showcase is on sale right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they meant like older
got
indie
the-
Games. Wait, that's actually sick.
No, I got that one game that was like, I think it's Takeshi and Hiroshi, like the puppet animated one.
Yeah.
Oh, like the one that kind of looks like a thing.
Yeah. That was
For
cute.
the
That one gave me that kind of raised a red flag for me because I recognized how much polish went into the visuals, and to me that read as the gameplay probably isn't that impressive.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not really.
I feel like that's usually what happens.
As opposed to the highly polished Regina and Mac?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I got it. But the gameplay's not too great. But you know what? The cutscenes are cute though.
Sure.
It's just so cute.
And plus, it's good to just support indie creators anyways.
Yeah.
Like, because of, like, just, like, the visuals on its own, like, I could see myself buying it for that, just to support the fact that they put so much effort into that.
It's like really, really well made.
Something like Regina and Mac, I don't really see something...
I went past the finish line!
That was Tasmanian Devil.
I went like beneath. I went under it and it like lowered behind me.
Gotta jump.
Because the last time I jumped, I went over it.
And it's fucked up, like, seeing the little switch, like, oh, your friend's playing this game icon, just to remind me that this game is on the Switch.
Yeah, one of the kids I babysit insists on being, like, my Switch friend, and so they're like, wow, I wonder what cool games Griffin's playing! I think at one point they wanted to get Xenoblade 2, and I tried to talk them out of it.
Do they... Sorry, they wanted what?
At one point they wanted Xenoblade 2, and I had to talk them out of it.
Good call. That's insane.
I was about to ask, is the kid base, do they have good opinions, but like...
They like Smash Bros, they like Breath of the Wild. They like to like show me indie games that they've found, but it's always been like stuff that feels very like mobile gamey, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's their normal.
Look, they ported Clash Royale on the Switch.
Everyone in chat should
Oh, and they really like Minecraft, but I think that's like all kids.
Well, I love Minecraft.
Yeah, babies.
Guys, we should play Minecraft. We should do Minecraft streams.
Like me?
Yeah, with me, I mean, you don't even have Minecraft, Griffin.
I do. I had it for years, and I probably still have an
what?
account somewhere. I just don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I meant for my streams, but we can like co-stream.
Oh. Yeah, if you finish your B cathedral, your cathedral.
No, that save is gone.
It's see, that's the shit that like.
That's when I was playing on my laptop. Now.
Yeah, it doesn't refresh. You're right. Yeah, I like lost a lot of like my Minecraft saves. I forget what too, but like yeah. Because I think it would be cool at some point to be able to like look at some of the old stuff I made, but I don't even know if that sort of thing is like accessible anymore at this point. You know?
If you've been using the same machine, it should be fine.
Oh, this is not the same machine.
Oh yeah, that's gone then. Unless you like carried the hard drive over. Which I did. I actually had. I brought my fucking laptop's old hard drive and just like built it into my PC as like a third hard drive.
Stream Minecraft server? I get bullied. I get cyber bullied enough. I do not need a new avenue for this.
You're not. You're not gonna get cyberbullied for liking Minecraft. Everybody loves Minecraft now. Minecraft is
Not cyberbullied for playing Minecraft. I'm just saying it's another avenue for cyberbullying to take place.
I see.
Because it already happens right here on twitch.tv.
I know I've told this story before, but we did have this old server. It was like me, Max, our friend Beat, and our other friend Gene. And I don't know what like made me feel really evil in that server, but I was like, we were like building a nice house, we were mining and stuff, and I was like, man, fuck you guys. Like my own house.
Yeah.
I made this really fucking ugly, like tower, like spire.
Yeah, just a huge pillar.
You came up and you commented like, you were like, man, that house is fucking ugly. Like you had like a face.
Yeah.
Like I started giving you a face like Squidward's house.
Yeah.
And just so it was like looking over at everybody else's like nice house.
Yeah.
And then Game Boo like starts running around and started burning all the trees around me.
Yeah, in a final act of protest, Game Boo burns down the fucking forest. So you couldn't get any more resources.
Mining more.
But it was like a self-sabotage because it fucked us over too. So
Yeah.
we just hated the house so fucking much.
You could have just burned the house down, but you gotta burn out all the trees around. So I can't build it anymore.
I think that's what the idea was, is that they tried to just burn down your house, but they went, like, they got a little bit too passionate, and just, like, everything else, like, kind of just got caught in the crossfire.
I guess it didn't work, because not a single bit of fire got on my house. It stayed
That's true. Well, most of it was stone, wasn't it?
No, it was like, the base was like wooden planks, and then I put like a cobble nose.
Oh,
and, like,
that's right, the face was...
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to be like the real asshole. I was the Minecraft villain.
Yeah. It was a good bit, though.
Yeah.
I think you're a Minecraft villain even when you're not in Minecraft.
No.
I think so, too. No,
Okay, Kaijumafu, if you're here, you gotta fill me in on something. Because yesterday you tweeted, get that Chris Pratt Minecraft off of my timeline. And at first I thought that was just like a creative insult. But then, no, that's like a real thing. So what the fuck is going on with this?
Let's get Kaiju in the call.
Yeah.
Just get everyone in chat into the call.
Max, I think you're playing with fire right now. You guys are like my closest friends, and even you guys are mean to me, so...
Chat, let me know. Do you want to be in my private Discord server? Yeah. On the call. Let me know. Hit me up. This shit bit with the rings seems a little...
Oh, that was the last one. Seems a little what?
A little unbased.
Unbased. I actually like the rings. Those are usually used in the flying mini games, but this is just a long section, which is the part that kind of gets me a little bit.
Fly on the bird?
Griffin, did you figure out the circuit thing? No, I did not. But that's okay because I have other things to do.
But Mac is just so big, how could Regina fly Mac around like that?
This is why you have to start with part 1. This is explained in the lore. The red transparent spheres activate an anti-gravity field that make you temporarily lighter.
I did... Okay, Griffin, here's the thing. I did unironically, like, start watching your first stream of this, like, the VOD of it.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, what the fuck is Regina and Mac? But, like, unironically, the music, like, made me stop.
The music made you stop? Really? That's what kept me going.
It's so fucking bad.
I'll tell you what. The interesting thing about that to me is that in the earlier worlds, like the music like faded out and just like didn't like loop correctly
they were using the,
at all.
Using the soundtrack version.
Yeah. I don't think this level has been doing that. I haven't like noticed like a loop point, but maybe I just haven't been paying attention because this platforming has been the most upsetting that it's ever been.
So as someone who makes music for indie games, let me walk you through the process, and I'm almost certain, like 99% sure this is what happened. When I am finished mixing and mastering a track, I will export 2 versions of it. One for the soundtrack that people can like get, and one for the actual game. One that loops and one that doesn't. I am like 99% sure the musician just sent the wrong file. They sent the soundtrack version instead of the in-game file.
I mean, hey, if the devs are watching, what happened?
Yeah.
I looked up Regina and Mac just to like look into it a bit more, and I found a really good post on r/Wii U saying jealous Switch owners, Regina and Mac is a Wii U exclusive.
The circuit is very straightforward if you look at it. Well, if I come back to it, we'll see.
I don't want to say that to be mean, but like, also because this game's on Switch now, but like, I don't know. It's really mean to say it, but being a Wii U fan is like, is asking if Switch owners are jealous because Regina and Mac.
Well, this is a realer thing than you may think, because when the Switch first launched, I knew somebody who was like, I fucking hate the Switch. Wii U all the way. I'm never buying a Switch.
Damn.
Like, there were a lot of people who were like burnt by that, I think. Even though it got like 5 years of support.
Some people just like things that are worse than the better thing. Like, I know one of my friends like loves Mario Kart 7 and hates Mario Kart 8. And I don't know why.
So you know a lot of idiots in your life then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is somebody that I broke contact with.
Oh shit.
For that reason, I have to assume.
Yeah, exactly. They told me. I think it's specifically because they were really nostalgic for like Mario Kart 64, and they got like so excited for them to like put Rainbow Road 64 in Mario Kart 8. And then he found out it was one lap, and he was so fucking mad about it.
Yeah, and the arrangement for the music in that track sucks too.
What?
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road fucking slams. It's like one of my favorite things in the entire world. But the arrangement of it in 8 is like kind of cringe.
Really?
It's so upsetting because so much of the arrangements in that game are like amazing, and
Yeah.
the music.
But 64 is one of the only ones where I will like actively not listen to.
Wow.
I would just want to listen to the original instead.
See, I feel like I'm the opposite with that.
It's because you're cringe, Griffin.
No, don't get me wrong, I like the 64 version, but I don't know if I'd ever go out of my way to listen to it. It's just very understated is all.
When was the last time you listened to it?
Huh.
Check it out again.
Because I always avoid listening to it, so I don't know.
Oh my god.
People who like the Wii U and hate the Switch are like people who like Dark Souls 2. Femi, I don't know what that means, and I hope to never understand that.
And so
Like
like,
Dark Souls too.
That's true. That's true.
and
Dark
so
Souls
is
2 is bad.
and so is who's this Straxtos in chat.
That's it! Straxtos!
They like Dark Souls 2. That's a good game. Good
It's just like my oldest friend from anybody in this stream.
Sorry, it's respect your opinions, but Dark Souls 2 sucks. It's bad. It's a bad game. Sucks.
Finish RJ and then we'll talk about Dark Souls 2.
RJ?
Yeah, so you know how I've been working on a Roblox platformer for 7 years and that's like an absurd amount of time? It has been working on one for even longer, and it's called Roblox Journey, aka RJ. And I gotta be honest, rolls off the tongue better than LBA, I think.
What? Wait, what time even is longer than 7 years?
I don't know, 10 years? Ask It's! They're shushing in chat right now, but he's got the answers. Yeah, and that's sort of like love the Wii U, hate the Switch thing is like, it's not even like a console war, it's like console infighting. It's a console civil war.
It's a generation war, yeah.
It's just because people were like pissed off that they like made a bad console and then they bought it anyway.
It's people who, these are the same people who think Bug Tables is good, just because they backed it on Kickstarter.
Damn.
I was pissed off that I bought it and then they made it bad.
Yeah.
I think the Wii U
I get
would
mad,
have
but-
sold properly if they didn't cancel Nintendo TV.
If Regina and Mac was kept a Wii U exclusive, Wii U would have been booming right now.
Oh, it would have saved the console.
Now it's a Switch exclusive.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, because they lost their eShop license.
Not even on the Wii U anymore.
Yeah. Does that mean that my Wii U is already worth a lot of money?
Yeah,
Because I have this exclusive game that you can't get anymore?
Yeah.
Mm.
Flappy Bird of 3D platformers.
What? How could a title for a game be better than Lego Block Adventure? I have to think.
Oh.
I don't know when I made like the very first game, but it must have been when I was like fucking 11. So shut the fuck up. But it has been one of my greatest regrets that is the name of the series now. And I do plan on
you're
changing it.
changing it.
Yeah, I am, but I haven't like made that like a hugely public thing yet. So as far as, you know, anybody knows, it's still called Lego Block Adventure.
Oh shit. So like only I know? And like
Only you know, yeah. And I guess it's
Oh my
maybe.
God. It's crazy.
I'm full of secrets, you wouldn't believe it. Except,
Oh,
I
wait,
guess...
people on my Patreon probably know too, because I've been sharing the soundtrack.
Oh.
And that like has the title in it. But I don't think anyone on my Patreon like knows what your game is.
That's a good point. I don't know, I think you got a lot of Roblox fans, Max. I think that's where most of your audience comes from, really.
I think so.
I also plan on changing mine. Well, there's nothing wrong with Roblox Journey, though. It's... Pull a Galaga. What does pulling a Galaga mean?
So, you know what Galaga is?
Yeah, I like it.
Pull it.
It's like a fun arcade game, but like, what is like that have to do with like naming schemes?
No, like physically, like tug on it, you know?
Oh, like really yank it.
Yeah.
I think that this section is actually a statement on the fleeting of the passage of time, the constant ticking reminding you that, you know, death is so close, but so far.
I agree. I like how the floor here is the background in Earthbound when you're choosing your character's names.
I like how it's just a recolored version of the source engine missing texture.
I mean, that's just a checkerboard.
But I think mine's funnier. Well, not funnier.
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
But it's certainly a contender.
Just gonna be
I don't like the Roblox part. Really, I would embrace that. But Tyler already got, like, you know, the claim on Roblox Adventure because he came here first.
more like dough blocks, like The Simpsons.
Oh, I thought you meant like bread, like bread.
No.
Dope.
Yes! I do mean like The Simpsons.
What if Simpsons was bread? Oh shit, we actually have an answer on the Galaga thing. Galaga is a sequel to Galaxian, but since Galaga was more popular, the franchise is considered to be the Galaga series now, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
The Griffin Galaga.
Griffin Gate.
Gate. Nice of Griffin to invite us over to his stream, Gay Luigi.
That's Mama Luigi.
What's the one, Tyler, you know this, what's the one video where it's like, that one remixed video where it's like, Yoshi laughing in bed and he's going, and it's just like playing shit back and forth and it's going nuts. But at the very end, Mario goes, you didn't tell me you had a secret weapon, Luigi. And instead of saying that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario, it's just like, it's the scream from Tom and Jerry.
Man, I miss that shit. I wish people were still like doing that regularly.
Mm-hmm.
YouTubers.
Officially announcing it for the first time, I'm changing it to Star Journey, or Star J for short. God damn, that rolls off the tongue even better, it's! How could you?
Oh my god, Tyler's come through with the fucking link.
Oh, is this the link to it?
Yeah.
The ticking is still going. I'm gonna play this though, because it's more pleasant than what I'm listening to right now.
Yoshi, big Luigi, Mama!
Ah, music to the ears.
Yoshi, big Luigi, Yoshi, big Luigi, Mama! Yoshi, big Luigi, Mama!
Sorry, what? I can't hear anything over Yoshi!
That's freaky.
We should turn down Yoshi a little bit.
No, I want it to be deafening.
I guess you can't because there's no volume mixer on there.
What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby?
If Yoshi's name needed to have a G somewhere in it, where would it be?
What's the matter, baby?
Yoshi? That's awesome.
Looking for you, baby. Yeah, fed and burped. Ready to
I
go.
think I would put it in between the S and the H, just to really fuck shit up really bad.
Yes, shit.
Yeah, so just nothing works at all.
Where we go? Come back here, Scap. It's dangerous in there. Come back here, you
Like
Scap.
Yoshi.
It's dangerous in there. Come
That's
back
like
here,
a
you
good
Scap.
OC name.
It's dangerous in
Yeah, like
there.
a Yoshi.
Dangerous in there.
Yoshi was a Yoshi.
Caterpillar, Mama Luigi. Mario, wherever you are.
Messed up the platform section again. There's no help I can give on this one, it's just platforming.
Caterpillars. Oh, Yoshi, hungry. Oh, Yoshi.
Maybe a bit. This stream running on for a second.
You didn't tell me you were bringing a secret
going on
weapon,
here.
Luigi. Mama Luigi to you. That's mine.
Some pretty funny.
Yeah, I just go to the Tom and Jerry part.
Luigi to you, Mario. I can build another
Did you
castle.
hear my
But you
static
can't build another.
I haven't heard anything. I'll get back to you when this video's done.
Oh, it's not
I just
done
gotta go
yet?
into a certain brain space.
I thought that would've been you.
Good night, Yoshi. It's all my fault.
Sorry, what was any of that?
Yeah, so I was thinking about if you had to put a G somewhere in Yoshi's name, where would you put it?
Ooh,
So FX said right at the start, so it'd be Gyoshi.
yeah, Gyoshi. I'm on the Gyoshi train too. I would go Gyoshi.
I decided I would put
Yogshi?
it right. I decided I would put it right in between the S and the H to make shit fucked up really bad and just not work anymore.
Yazgi.
So it'd be Yoski.
Yazgi.
Like that. Yoski. I want to know what you think. I want a third option from Griffin. I don't want you to just piggyback on FX's.
Ooh, well, yeah, I said Yogshi.
Yagashi? Oh, okay. So right after the O.
Yeah. Could you do Egoshi?
Yeah, you could put it before the O. Yeah. Egoshi. Yeah. It's crazy. I love that.
I thought you said a J, so I was thinking Gyoshi.
Oh no.
Either one works though. I think I put it at the beginning either way.
Yeah, Kyoshi is pretty base.
What if you had to put an X in Yoshi's name?
Well, what kind of X are we talking about? Are we talking like French X or like American X?
What does that mean?
French X's are like invisible. They don't make a sound.
Oh, then why are they X's?
I could put like an X after the O and it would just sound like Yoshi.
Okay, well then I mean the American X.
Oh.
Nor did Yoshi.
Yeah, probably still. I think anything we come up with, I would always put in between the S and the H because it would fuck it up really bad.
We can put a T.
Yeah,
in Yoshi's name.
yeah, you have to put a G and an X in there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I like how that's not even for us to answer. You just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Oh,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Well, I left this Yoshi image in the corner.
Yeah, it's still there.
Uh-huh.
I think you should keep it. I think it's fine.
You think? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's
need it.
nothing
I'm gonna
going
need
on
it to get me through these tough times.
There's nothing going on over there. Why are you still... Do you need all the floppies, or can you, like, get other ones?
There's 10 in each world, and I've gotten barely any of them, so I would say that yes. Like, the fact that this is one that I can identify and have come so fucking close to doing multiple times is, like,
I see.
more than I can say for most floppies.
Yeah. Alright, that's fair. That's fair.
You just gotta do it correctly at the end.
And, who knows, maybe this shit lowers the drawbridge, like, I really don't know.
Yeah, anything could be tied to anything. You're right. I really don't think this game is very good.
Probably agreed. However, you know, I want to finish it. I'm not, like, hating my time with it.
That's fine. Yeah. It's just, I want to know, like, you keep saying, like, I want to get my money's worth, but, like, why did you buy it in the first place? Like, what inspired you to buy this?
Because it looked interesting to me, and I thought the fact that it was a game that came out on the Wii U in 2020 was unique. Like, let's see what all this is all about.
Is that, like, a reason to buy a game? Because
Culturally.
It came out on Wii U in 2020?
It's just the novelty of it.
I guess.
Mac has a very good running animation. I like how his arms, quote-unquote arms, are completely motionless and it's just his feet.
You've made the same mistake at the end again.
Yeah! The positioning
Well, 'cause
of
it's
those little blocky rotating platforms at the end are like very make or break.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. It doesn't look very easy to control.
Well, like, I think you have enough time to just, like, wait for the platforms to line up well.
I
The
guess.
timer is, like, pretty long after each, like ring.
Yeah,
hit.
it resets every time you get a ring.
Mm-hmm. So you probably have time to just wait for the cycles.
Oh, I fell on that one. That's new. That one's usually, I was gonna be like, yo, this is a remarkably easy jump. Yeah, okay, I need to go back.
You should speedrun this game and run it at GDQ, so you can say, that's never happened before.
That would be amazing.
And then people will laugh and be glad that you said them, even they'll follow you on Twitter.
What's happening with Games Done Quick this year? Because, like, they're not doing a
It's going
physical
right now.
event, but I heard it's going on?
It's going right now, yeah, it's just online.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, cool.
I mean, it's ran the same way I ran my event a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. So is it still, like, the same runners, though? Because, like, I know that that's like, been something like, yeah, you know, a bit of a barrier that you have to, like, physically show up, but I wonder if, like, that's just, like, could be cool if that's, like, the future of the show. Makes it more accessible to speedrunners who can't go.
This is a can of worms. It is still the exact same runners they always have because GDQ really plays favorites really hard.
Oh.
But I don't think that's what you were asking.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms... I guess it is.
Yeah. It is, yeah, it is all of GDQ's favorites again. There's a couple new ones. Like, my friend the Kitty went in. She's doing a Ribbit King tomorrow morning, which is big.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh,
But are you
King
still
is-
the world record holder?
For PS2, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we only talked about this a couple days ago. No one's playing Ribbit King that actively.
That surprises me. That surprises me.
No, yeah, she's doing a run, and a couple of the people from the community will be, like, doing commentary with her, which is fun, but it's, like, too early for me, so I'm not showing up.
Ah.
Yeah, I think my time it's, like, 5 or 6 a.m. I think, it's somewhere around there. Because Ribbit King isn't a game they really rely on to bring in people, so they're just kind of giving it graveyard shift. But no, yeah, as far as that, every now and then they'll have like a couple of runs that are like, oh, that's never been in GDQ before, and showcase it with the community.
Oh, so,
But no,
well,
most of the-
is the game Ribbit King new then? Or have they done that previous years?
this is new to the event. It's never been part of GDQ before.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, this is one of the new ones where it's like, all right, we get a little bit of you know, fresh meat in here, someone who hasn't done a run yet in GDQ. But most of it is like, yeah, it's like, oh, some of the Sonic games, some of the Castlevania games, you
Huh.
know, Super Metroid, stuff like that. It's all
Right.
And it's always like, whenever it's those games, it's always like one of 3 runners in that community. Like, it's never like someone new, you know?
Are they doing A Dog's Life this year?
No, but Punchy did do a run. I forget what he did. But he did Baba Is You. He did Baba Is You this year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. My friend Felix did a run. They did the Disney skateboarding game. Normally they have them do Monkey Ball, but for some reason Disney skateboarding got accepted instead, which is phased.
Oh, huh. I bought the Ribbit King shirt. Oh, there was like a GDQ Ribbit King shirt?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a really good design.
Oh.
And
I
it's
guess
so
they
cool
do
that
do merch like that, don't they? Because I know there was like some
Yeah, they
Klonoa
always-
stuff that they were selling a couple years back.
Yeah, they always do merch for like specific games.
Cool.
And it's so cool that like the game I run and have the world record for has like merch for it because of GDQ. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Or at least world record in one category. To say I have a world record is a little disingenuous because there's like several different categories and I only have it in one. But no, yeah, I mean it's fun and it's now that it's online. I think you're right that it would be easier for people who haven't attended to attend, or more accurately to do runs, right? Like people maybe who are in Europe and like the plane tickets are too expensive.
Oh yeah, especially.
But no, like looking through the schedule, it's mostly people who are always there because that's who they trust, right? I say they're playing favorites, but when you're running a marathon this big, you kind of need to use people you know are going to do a good job, you know?
True.
So I'll give them flack for it for not getting in new runners, but since it's such a huge organization, like they got to be careful about who they get in.
Well, so how much longer does it run till? Has there been any interesting stuff that's happened this year?
There's been a couple more days. The list of games hasn't been too interesting to me. I'll like pop in every now and then, but I can't say there's any particular games I'm like excited to see or have seen. Like it's kind of just a popcorn GDQ this year, so there's no like groundbreaking events or anything.
I see.
Like no like must-see runs, at least not in my opinion. Except for Ribbit King, of course.
Do you think they'll ever do LBA 5 speedruns?
I don't think so.
I think I'm gonna be the one to change that.
I don't think they do like games that are inside of other games.
Until now.
I mean, maybe it's not impossible. I mean, surely there'll be like a SRC leaderboard for it. People will speedrun it. But,
yeah, I have seen like some people like try speedruns of LBA 4, and that's weird to watch.
Yeah. So I'm sure. I mean, things like that will happen. Just people speedrun games. But as far as like marathons are concerned,
true.
No, I've never heard of a marathon like using a game that's inside of another game.
Well, I don't know if that's probably how other people regard it, but I'm sure Roblox regards themselves as like more of like a platform and an engine now, because they're really trying to like, because I mean, yeah, we're talking about like 2009 Roblox platformers at the time, yeah. But like David Baszucki said some weird shit this year at their own like little, you know, State of the Union thing. Like, I don't know if Tyler's still here, but like they were talking about like some like virtual reality shit and like how this is the future of how humans will communicate.
No, because I mean, I think of stuff like that, and I think of stuff like Dreams that's on the PS4, and I just don't see marathons accepting runs of that kind of stuff.
Right, but Dreams is like a thing that you pay in, and then it's like UGC, whereas Roblox, it's like more of a tool, right? Where there is no pay-in, it's just like a platform.
I mean,
I'm not trying to have like a serious discussion about this, but I don't know if I would regard it as a game within a game.
I mean, is Roblox not a game? Do you not play Roblox?
I guess, in the same way that you would play like Unreal Engine.
No, that's not the same though. People don't load up Unreal Engine and play games through that. That's not how that works.
It will be one day after this antitrust stuff is all over.
They get games that happen to use Unreal Engine, but they're not like downloading Unreal and playing games through that. That's not how that works.
Yeah, they're just downloading an exe file.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of is how it is, because you still have to download the games.
Griffin, do you not... You see how this isn't equivalent, though.
I guess like, Roblox is a storefront, then?
You know what we're trying to say. It is different.
I don't know if I'd say it's that different, though.
But it is different.
Yeah.
That different? No. Different, yes, right? Like, don't be pedantic.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's like really far from the point we were trying to talk about. But, like,
I just got here. What is Griffin on now? I don't know. Some bullshit. Usual.
Some bullshit like usual. Point is, GDQ, not that great. Watch smaller marathons instead. There's always a lot more interesting runs, and they always use like new runners that are like excited about their games and haven't been like are not famous, and it's super based. That's where all the good speedrunning comes from, like indie streams. Like these mainstream ones, like GDQ, even ESA, I would say is getting a little bit too big.
Really?
Yeah, like the real grassroots one. Which I mean, ESA is like as close to grassroots as you can get at that size. No, GDQ is like omega corporate. It is like so like careful about like its image and its branding and shit. Yeah. That's why they only have on like you'll look through GDQ's scheduling throughout the years, and like the same like 20 names you see consistently every single time. Always the hosts, always the ones doing the runs. Like it's always the same people. And then sometimes they'll bring in like new games. Like I remember there was this one year where they had like Katamari Damacy, and they had like this runner I had never heard of before, and they you know, they were like 5 viewer Andy on Twitch, and I was like, that's awesome that they're bringing new people like that. But that is like really rare that stuff like that happens. Normally these are like 1,000+ viewer Andy like streamers,
Right.
doing these marathons, and it's like I don't know. Maybe it's the communist in me, but I don't like how all like the top % of speedrunners is the only ones that get accepted into marathons. You know.
No, that's a good point, because I feel like that's kind of been my experience with GDQ, where it's like when I first got into like watching the events, I'd be like super into it, and there were like certain games that I would gravitate towards, and I'm like, oh yeah, this year had a really good run. But like because it's always the same people every year, it's like I almost like lose interest, because they're not like doing as much new stuff as maybe they ought to for the kind of event that it is.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, because they're not trying to do new stuff. It's not even a speedrunning event. So here's the differentiation. GDQ is not a speedrunning event, it is a fundraising event. So what that means is that they are going to do whatever it takes to bring in the most people possible and keep them, right?
Yeah.
Which means having on stream a very specific kind of person who is very broadly appealing and is very brand safe, right? That's what that means. And I can't fault them for it, because if they're trying to raise money, that is the most effective way to do it. You're not going to want to take chances, right?
No, that makes sense,
I'm not
because the games
saying
that are repeated are like, you know, very popular. They're the ones bring eyeballs.
They're shown not because of their speedrun, but because they're recognizable. Everyone knows Mario 64. Everyone knows Super Metroid. Everyone knows Link to the Past. Right?
Yeah.
These happen to be really good speedruns. I'm not saying they're not. But they get so much attention, they're always put in their prime spots because they're the ones that get eyeballs. People see Link to the Past and say, oh, I grew up with that, let me see what the speedrun's like, right? Not because, oh, Link to the Past has a really cool speedrun, I wonder what Andy is gonna do, you know?
Right.
I feel like the only one that's like that is like Super Metroid, where I think people turn that one on just because they know the speedrun's hype.
I don't think so. If you go on Twitter and see the kinds of people watching GDQ, it is not people who usually watch speedrun content.
That's
like,
true.
Like,
Ordinarily, I don't. I do sometimes, but GDQ is like, you know, certainly the most consistent that I am with
and
it.
that's the kind of people GDQ is trying to reach. It's like, oh, I recognize these games. I wonder what the speedrun is like, right? It is not for speedrunners. Because if it was just for speedrunners, we don't have any money.
Yeah.
You know? So you gotta bring in the rando normies who do have the cash and are willing to shill out, you know? So
Anyways,
again,
I
it's
just...
a business model. I can't fault them for it, but it's just grassroots indie marathons are always more interesting because they don't care so much about that.
No, yeah, it's definitely an interesting perspective to get, and I will say that I did tune into the marathon that you did, and like, yeah, I don't think they're gonna be doing Franklin at GDQ, but I'm glad that I watched it.
Yeah, Franklin, fucking 51 Clubhouse Games, they wouldn't do any of that shit. No way.
Yeah, but it was fun to see.
It was just, I just wanted to hang out with my homies and show off some games that they liked to run. It wasn't about bringing in people, it was about making sure my runners had a good time, so everyone had fun, right?
Well, as a viewer, I can say I had a good time too. You did a good job hosting, and I'm proud of you.
I am really happy with how it turned out. Everyone had a good time. We brought in a good amount of money for Heather. It was fucking awesome. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Especially because I organized it like 2 weeks, which is ridiculous for a fucking speedrun marathon.
And that was like what? Was that 24 or 48 hours?
That was 24 hours, yeah.
Ah. I'm back. Why is Yoshi with no brim in the corner? Because... I mean, isn't it obvious? This section sucks, LMAO.
That's simply what we're playing. Yoshi with no brim. I forget what I was saying, but yeah. Anyone who's listening right now, don't watch GDQ. Like, go out of your way to like find smaller speedrun marathons because they're always more interesting. They're always more fun.
There we go, now we're back on track.
And it's not hard either, because if you literally go on speedrun.com, they have just catalogs and lists of pages speedrun marathons that are happening like within the week, within the month. They let
Do
you
they
know when
really?
things are coming up. Yeah, they do.
That's actually a really cool resource. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's really easy to find marathons that are like happening right now or happening soon.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn back now. Hey, that brim is what caused me to solve the mystery. The mystery? Kaijimafu, what's the mystery? Is this related to the illegal Yoshi research you're doing?
Yeah, Keiji's been doing some kind of Yoshi research. I don't know the
Experiments.
specifics, but
They're trying to make Yoshi real. If they can find the Yoshi genes, then Yoshi will come into our world.
Can't wait.
Can't wait! But what if you, like, fuck it up, and Yoshi comes out all fucked up looking and they look like Mac?
Just gotta try again.
It would just be Joshi.
Yeah.
What if it looks like that one, like, long-necked tumbler Yoshi?
You mean Yabi?
Yeah.
Yabi fool.
I wonder if, like, if you, genetically, I mean, if you can make, like, different one-slurs, but, like, out of Yoshis?
What does that even mean?
I feel like it's pretty
Explain.
straightforward. You'll have to be more specific with where it falls apart for you.
So, breeding... Wait, say that sentence one more time.
You can use the Yoshi DNA to create, like, one-slurs.
How?
Yeah, how?
Well, because if you go into Tumblr and the Tumble Beasts in the servers, they're green, and so if you take their DNA, and they're capable of making a Yoshi because we've seen it before, so once you make Yoshi's real,
What do you mean we've
Then-
seen it before?
then you put them in the Tumblr server room, and then
Stop,
they
hold
fuck
on.
with the Tumble
Pause,
Beasts.
Pause. What do you mean we've seen it before?
Because Yabi came from Tumblr.
Oh, I mean a drawing of Yabi, is that what you mean?
No, he's real, that's a photograph, but he only lives in Tumblr, so that you can't see him otherwise.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Breed a Yoshi.
I love Yabi.
Wait, do not breed a Yoshi. Lord, I'm just a whole...
Remember that Shulk video of him going, Yoshi! And then it cuts to Shulk Yoshi?
Yeah.
I do remember that video. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that all day, and also all night, and also all week, and also my entire life.
I wonder if there's like thick Yoshi mouse pads that you could get.
Probably. Where it's like his nose? That'd be crazy.
Oh, it could be like two Yoshis like pressing their noses together. I just meant like a fat ass Yoshi though, but I like yours better.
Yeah, probably that too.
Do you think Miyamoto makes those himself?
What the?
Breed a Yoshi into existence, but do not breed. Well, if you want to perpetuate the existence of the species after the one Yoshi Femi. Griffin, I just watched Jurassic Park, and I can tell you why everything you just said is a horrible idea. Well, no, because the Tumblr, they'll be secured. It's like an SCP, and as we all know, there are never breaches when they are contained. Frankly, I think that would explain a lot about why Mac is what he is. Like, he looks like a bootleg Yoshi on purpose to, like... It's like the way, like, plants look a certain way to, like, lure in bugs, but, like, that's how it gets it... That's how it gets its food.
Get stick bugged.
Stick bug ball.
I fucking love stick bug.
Yeah.
This is the only good meme to come out of 2020.
That's true. I feel like there's, you know... We've been in a bit of a shortage the past few years. They just come and go so quickly, it's like the big ones that have like any real staying power. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, it's like, you can't really like point to a meme in a year anymore. Cause
Yeah.
it's hard to like define generations and eras now. The thick part is the eggs. Now that's a good idea.
Cause like the thing is, like, going Gaga shit, like, that's not new. It's just people started paying attention to it again because of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. It's always shit like that, where it's like it's just pulling things from that was already existing, was already funny, but people are just like remembering it, you know?
Yeah, what was the last thing that was like born from like a holy, or like a double rainbow kind of thing?
That's a good question.
Like, I don't know, like yeet? TikTok memes now, I guess?
Yeah, I feel
guess
like
it
all
is.
of TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, TikTok stuff. Like the fucking, oh my god, the sneaker meetup. Oh,
Yeah.
that's classic. That's a newborn classic. I'm gonna be telling my fucking grandchildren about that. Fucking sneaker meetup is such a good video.
That's exactly the mindset of John Hammond in Jurassic Park, and then the beasts escaped and caused a little bit of tricky shenanigans. I disagree. I think, would Yoshi's really be that way? You know, you just gotta ask, like, what is in the nature of a Yoshi versus the nature of, you know, a killer carnivore dinosaur, you know? And I think the answers are, you know, two very different answers. Unless, you know, you want to assert that Yoshi is an inherently predatory creature, and I just don't believe that. I don't put that in my heart. I don't put that in my, you know, soul.
Yeah, I like that video.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Also, what's another good one is, all right. This is still like derivative though.
What is it?
Is that fucking one with the yandere dev?
Oh,
Biscuit Naganota. Oh hey. Like, what is the fucking Burger King shit?
well, I think
people have been
that's like
doing
an
this
intersection of a lot of things, so I don't know if that would
It
be
is.
like just quoting something that
one-
already exists.
Yeah, that one's postmodern.
That one's postmodern. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Can you
It
imagine if like
requires, like,
deep
several
faking
memes
existed
that
like
already
in the mid
exist.
2000s? Okay, how do you mean the circuit is straightforward? Do I need to like watch an Electro Boom video to understand this one? I'm gonna look around, but I'll come back to that. Please explain. Gungaga's resurrection was the best part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. When we perish and our essence returns to the pool of spiritual energy from which all souls come, the stain of our sin will come with us, corrupting the Tree of Life and damning the rest of humanity to an eternity in the abyss. Yeah, that's my favorite part of Yoshi's Island.
I agree that Gungaga coming back is the only good part of the Final Fantasy VII remake, because
True.
There's nothing else good about it.
The early ones tell you how they work. Look at the simple ones and I will explain them. Yeah, I'm gonna need some Andre game explaining done to me. I think I will simply have a better time if I do not touch these triple max speed boost pads. Alright. These are the first ones that explain it?
I like how I've corrupted the mind of everyone I've met to start saying simply way more often than they should be saying the word simply.
Wait, that's it?
It's like one of the
Oh.
things I'm very proud of about myself.
See, I thought I had to touch these things, so that makes more sense.
The funny and gate.
But don't these, like, shouldn't these generate, like, thingies? Or am I getting this one wrong? Wait a second. This one generated a thing. Some of these I've kind of already collected earlier, though, so this might fuck me up in terms of which ones.
It's showing you that that one's an OR gate.
An OR gate? These are all
Yeah,
pointing
so-
down.
Yeah, so it's saying that either, like, if either one is on, the signal will go through. Or, oh shit, you're, like...
What is the
Later
overlap
on,
between
crazy.
Regina and Mac players and electrical engineers? The up arrow is on when both legs are on. The down arrow is on when either is on.
Yeah.
Down is or, up is and. So what's L?
I think that's just not. That's like, it switches the signal.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. This is... Whoa. Oh, hey, Floppy.
Alright. So yeah, that's all you need.
I have copied,
So,
and I have achieved the floppy. What the fuck is that thing? Bridge? Wait
I
a
love
second.
bridges.
So much is
Not even
happening
meaning,
right
I
now.
fucking love, like, whenever there's like a setting in a video game and it has a big ass bridge, I pop off every time.
Fucking Bridge of Eldon, that shit's
Bridges
insane.
fucking rule. Yes! Yes!
That shit's so insane.
That's the one where you do, like, the
Fucking
joust
mopping
on, right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to revisit Twilight Princess, actually.
I wish the game was good. I want to like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about Sunshine too. Like, I wish it was good because I want to like it, but I just cannot.
I think, thankfully, I'm not jaded enough where I can still, like, delude myself into liking it. At least enough to, like, you know, revisit it and do a playthrough of it.
What are you
What?
talking about?
In a Twilight Princess. And Sunshine, I guess. What is it? This room? Oh, guys, look! Tilty platforms!
Yes.
Tilty platforms are actually hard to do, believe it or not. So, you know, I'm proud of these devs. Oh, but they can tilt too far, but watch out.
I've never tried to do them, but I mean, let's see. I guess it would be kind of annoying to just like have the character's position work out correctly.
Ooh.
Kaiju is asking about our favorite bridges. I like the big, like, rope suspension bridges carrying across a huge chasm.
I moved the drawbridge a little bit more. Every single one of these interior rooms, I guess that makes sense because it's like part of the building.
I like that like arc bridge. That one's really cool. I forget what it's called.
Stuff like the Brooklyn Bridge, is that what you mean?
No, the one where it's like a giant arc over the water.
Oh, like made out of stone and shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
okay. Yeah, no, for me, like, stuff like, the one that's, like, on Outside Islands.
Ooh.
But, like, bigger, but, like, huge. I love that shit. I simply love bridges connecting two very large spaces that are a huge distance apart from each other.
Max, if I make a bridge for you in my game, will you like it?
Yeah, I would if you made a bridge and like wanted me to write music for it, that would be the best piece of music in the game. I'm not kidding you.
I'll do it. I'll
I would
fucking
be
do
s-
it.
I would be so inspired immediately.
I'm actually already getting inspirations for like, okay, well, why would there be a bridge there? What kind of sequences would take place? And like, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. They're just good. They're so fucking good.
I think I'm gonna remake the final level of my game for the 3rd time.
Just make it all bridges. In fact, we should have bridges in our game. I
Yeah.
don't know where, but we'll do it.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I guess.
What are your thoughts on things that live on and or under bridges like trolls?
They're cool.
Because they kind of come with the package.
If I had the opportunity, I too would be something along those lines. I would be adjacent to bridge trolls. But instead of being mean and grumpy, I would simply be cool and like vibe.
Yeah.
I like those giant fantasy bridges with like settlements built into them.
Yeah,
That's pretty
awesome.
cool. It's pretty dope.
Bridges are just always the best setting. There's never been a bad bridge in anything ever.
God, you're right. Uh-oh, I didn't read the perspective on that correctly.
God, remember 1,000-Year Door when you ride the train over the bridge?
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
And then the other bridge in 1,000-Year Door, where it's on the island, and then because there's a bridge there, that's what allows you to see that there's a cocoa nut in the background.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. Big bridge.
Janet Jackson made a song based on bridges. Trolls do not live under bridges. That's a stereotype and not appreciated.
What lives under bridges?
A troll is a creature.
I want to know what lives under bridges so I can say it accurately next time. I guess it's Smorgs. I guess the Smorgs live under the bridge.
Oh yeah. You know, people keep saying that like this is a conversation for another time, I feel like. But like that a lot of stuff was cut from Riverside Station and Thousand Year Door? What does that mean? I've tried to like look into it and I don't know what people mean when they say that.
I don't really know either. I also have heard that, and it just, I don't know, somehow it just makes sense. It doesn't feel like a finished area to me.
Well, get researching, chat, because eventually I will stream that, and I will want to know the answer then.
You could research it yourself and be the resource for chat.
Well, I think it would be cool to like make content out of it though, like me learning as an experience. Also, the Jiggy's like right here.
Then just have a stream where you like go on Wikipedia and like read shit.
But this is the thing, I've tried to do research. You know, I love reading up on like the cutting room floor, but like nothing about Riverside Station is mentioned there. Like this has haunted me for years.
That's interesting.
Holy moly, this is the last room. Oh,
Because
blue
there's
room.
big stretches like this where it's just big green blocks with nothing happening on them.
Oh, the blue blocks make you bounce.
Oh.
So get ready to hear the jumping sound a lot.
Oh, there's a jumping sound.
Yeah, it goes. "Beep," and it's very poorly mixed.
Oh.
They should have used that.
That would've been cool. What was this made in?
I don't know. I think it was made with arcane dinosaur magic. I gotta escape into the dinosaur world.
Certainly looks like dinosaur magic to me.
I think if Yoshi tried to program a game, that this is what he would make.
I don't think so.
Really? You give
think
Yoshi a computer, what would he make?
I think you would make something about eating.
About eating.
Yeah,
I think actually Yoshi would be like the cheat in Homestar Runner, and he would make like flash animations like the Fahoma God's music video.
I've never seen anything about Homestar Runner in my life.
Wow, that's a damn shame.
Yeah, I mean it seems good. I've never taken the plunge.
Damn.
Doesn't look
The
like
drop
it was
reach.
in Unity because I feel like it would
There would have been a lot more shaders.
There would have been more shaders and it wouldn't like have as good a frame rate.
Yeah, Unity is like the funny answer to say, but I really don't think it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like it. That's what I'm saying.
What if they made this
Like
engine
the-
themselves?
Maybe
I do not believe that happened.
it could have.
Maybe it's like Sonic Forces where like 4 years of the game development goes to the engine and then like 6 months to the game itself.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well maybe, when you put it like that, maybe.
That's why it came out on the Wii U so late, because they started at launch.
Griffin, you have like ins with these people. They retweeted your fucking streams.
Yeah, and
You should,
I
like,
feel
you should-
incredibly guilty now that I'm
No,
like...
you should interview them the way I interviewed fucking Woody's voice actor.
That was fucking insane. I can't believe you did that.
I mean, he just follows me on Twitter. So I was like, yo, T. What's going on?
Damn. Is that like still up on YouTube?
Yeah.
Man, I've gotta like get that. I should put that on the As Seen On channel. If you guys haven't seen Max's interview with the Wild Woody guy, it's actually really, really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot.
I felt like I was floundering the whole time.
Floundering? You got
I
so
have
much like
never-
interesting information out of that guy.
I have never interviewed someone before in my life. I was totally unprepared, and I like woke up earlier than I was used to, so like my stomach hurt, and I was like, oh shit. So that was such like a rough day for me.
Well, that considered,
maybe
I think you did a good job.
Thanks. I guess that's why I look back on it like that, though. Maybe someone who doesn't have that perception of it probably is like more charitable than I
Well,
would.
there was an interview that you did with me when I had pneumonia about breakfast, and it's like an hour long.
No, that's not an interview. That's even titled as a debate. That's Maxine.
Yeah,
versus
you're right. It's a
Griffin.
slaughter. It's an interrogation, is what it is.
It is. It's an interrogation. Yeah. So yeah, you should like reach out to the fucking devs and be like, hey. You wanna
What would I ask them?
I don't know. It's for you to.
Why?
Just ask them about making the game. I mean, they released a game on Nintendo platforms. Talk to them about it.
You can stream the game with them on if you want.
Yeah,
With them on?
Ask them questions about the game while you're playing it. Yeah.
See, I think face to face, it would be impossible to, like, be nice while this is staring me in the face. But you know what? If in spite of that, if they want to, they can reach out to me and then we'll see. If they really want my, like, dozen views per video YouTube audience.
Chat. Clip that, send it to them, send it to the devs.
See, this is the thing, is that it's gonna get clipped and then the devs are gonna watch it and like, what did he say? I can't hear it over all the bouncing.
That's their fault, not yours.
It was made in Unity.
What?
Oh.
But like, this game doesn't even have lighting, like the shadow doesn't even cast on the floor, only on the other
This
boxes.
game doesn't even have lighting, bro! Come on!
That is lighting. Like, all games have lighting. That 3D.
It's that Shrek meme, where it's like, they don't even have dental, but, you know.
But they have teeth.
That's a good question. Does Mac have teeth? If he opened his mouth, what would we see?
Isn't this
I'm actually looking at the Switch icon right now, directly into Mac's gullet. He does not have teeth.
He doesn't have teeth.
Does Yoshi have teeth?
No.
Should he have teeth?
No.
No teeth. No teeth, Smiley.
Smile, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need the teeth to eat the funny fruit.
No, he doesn't even eat it, he just swallows it. He doesn't
That's
Yeah.
true.
He doesn't chew that shit.
I think we could all stand to be a bit more like Yoshi.
I do not think so.
Yeah, no.
Why?
I think that's really bad for you.
It's a bad idea?
Yeah.
What's bad about it?
It's bad for you, like physically.
How so?
Your stomach isn't made to digest such huge bulks of shit.
Oh.
It needs smaller bits.
Oh, I've been doing this wrong.
What, eating?
Yeah.
This whole
I
time.
wasn't sure if you were talking about the game or not.
No, I mean how I wrap my tongue around things and I swallow them whole.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
that
if you've
So,
been doing it for this
explain
long,
what I'm
it's
supposed to be doing with all these eggs then, that keep coming out.
Eat them.
Oh.
Which apparently you have never done before.
That's
keep telling you
true.
to make eggs. I keep telling you to make eggs and you never do it.
Yeah, one day,
What's your
huh?
fucking problem? Yeah, one day, huh? Man, sure would be crazy if one day, man, I don't know when, but maybe it'd be crazy if I just opened my fridge and make some eggs. That'd be so insane if one day, someday in the far off future, God knows when, hopefully in this lifetime, maybe I will gather the courage to open my fridge and crack an egg or two and put it in my pan. And literally that's it. And literally that's the entire thing.
I just prefer
Maybe
being a little more
maybe someday I
complicated with
can do that.
eggs.
Maybe someday.
Like, why would you not just like make like a cake out of it? You know, you're already going.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because I know how to make a cake, but I don't know how to make an egg.
Do you actually know how to make a cake?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have
Really?
to, because it's impossible to find, like, you know, gluten-free stuff, so you gotta, you know, guess we'll have to make our own.
Really?
Baking's
So you
fun.
make your own cakes?
Baking's fun, yeah.
And you've never made yourself breakfast before?
I just don't have it.
That is so interesting to me.
And also, I think cake is maybe cooler than breakfast.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that it isn't. It's just, it's weird to me that you've... Because baking is a lot more steps than just making a breakfast is.
Right,
That's like a
but it's because
lot more
the end result appeals to me. The end result of breakfast is not.
It's like 10 minutes in for like something that's like pretty substantial and feels good.
I
right at the
have
sort
never
of
had a
thing.
substantial breakfast in my life.
Yeah, that's your
That's
fucking
fucked
problem.
up.
That's
Yeah.
that's because you've never made a breakfast for yourself. You just do whatever. That's what I'm saying. You're missing out.
Crack and open 2 of those eggs.
Yeah,
Fill
maybe
up-
maybe
cover
even
that
maybe
shit.
even 3 if you're going a little insane.
Oh my god.
Maybe even.
Yes,
Crack
Yoshi
open
has teeth.
fucking sausages or whatever.
Yes.
I
So
spent like
yeah.
half. Hold on. Yoshi lore?
Onions, peppers, garlic, salt, pepper, maybe a little turmeric if you're feeling spicy.
Griffin,
Some white
on.
pepper grind.
I spent like half a day writing about Yoshi teeth. Griffin, I'm going to need to have one of those eggs for research. What about cake for breakfast? Now you're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pancakes.
Just
Ew!
regular cake. Even just regular cake is fine.
No, I'm not a pancake head, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Waffles are better.
Yes!
Like just in just every single way, they're just so much better.
Nice funny French toast.
French toast, I was never too big on.
I'm more of a toast kind of guy. You know what they say.
I never cared too much about French toast. I like this. I like it as an excuse to just have cinnamon and brown sugar. But the French toast itself, I was never a big fan of.
Did y'all ever have cream chip beef for breakfast?
What the? Say that
Absolutely
again?
not. Cream chip beef?
Yeah, cream chipped beef.
I don't even
So
know
it's
what
like-
that means.
That sounds like if you like dip meat in chip dip.
So it's like I don't even what the fuck even is the cream? I think it's like this like is it like cheese? I have to look it up. I've had it so many times but I've never made it myself.
Is it like cake frosting, or what do you mean?
No, it's
That
like
sounds horrible.
no, it's like this like this cream. This like creamy substance
Is
that
it
you
is
have
it,
like
is it
beef
more,
chips in it.
Is it more liquid or is it more solid?
It's more solid
Okay.
and you like put it on top of toast.
Okay. So it's like something you could spread.
Yeah, but it's like thick enough that you could actually like eat it too.
Right.
So yeah, it's usually like with toast or like sometimes French fries at breakfast.
French fries at breakfast.
Hash browns I could understand. French fries I've never.
Yeah, I'm the same way with that.
Hash browns are sick.
This jump noise is... I have to agree, that it's maddening just as much to me. I think, even bad mic streams included, this is like sonically the most unpleasant thing I've ever like put out into the world.
It's also because me and FX are here,
Mm-hmm.
and also Robin for a little bit. Where did she go, by the way? Did she say anything?
There was like dog barking for a while, and I don't know whose that was.
Yeah, that's Robin.
Okay, well maybe the dog just ate her, and now the dog's on the computer.
Normally she doesn't like do anything about the dogs. So, like they stop on their own. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like the cream's just like butter, flour, and milk, and then
Okay, yeah.
you have it with like chipped like dried beef, and you put that on toast and stuff.
So when you say dried beef, you don't mean as dry as like beef jerky, like not that dry.
No, not that dry.
So like maybe I think I see what you mean. I think I see what you mean. Doesn't sound. I don't know if I would pair like cream and beef together. That doesn't seem like it's for me maybe. But I can see how something like that could work. Like the idea of beef chips with something is like a good idea.
Yeah.
I just don't know about the cream specifically. Maybe something that had like a honey base. Maybe something that had like a honey base and like a little bit of spice. Something like that I think I'd be more for.
Earlier during the circuit puzzle, I briefly stopped hating this game, but I'm back to hating it. Which is a step beyond last stream where I only didn't like it.
Yeah, maybe I would combine like honey and teriyaki sauce and like a couple herbs and spices, maybe some cilantro, some thyme.
Max, you are always on like some gourmet shit.
I just like to mix things. I like to taste it.
Oh no, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I'm just like, God, I wish that were me in this moment.
And that's what I mean, is stuff like that, all that is like just putting these things in a bowl and just mixing it, and that's like less than a minute, that's done, right? Like it's not that crazy. You just kind of do it, you know? Just gotta have the mind of knowing what you're looking for. Which I'm still learning, which I'm still getting the hang of.
It's funny that you use that specific phrasing, because this is going to be a complete non sequitur, but something that I used to be really into was like, like Caillou YouTube poops.
Okay.
Anyways, there's just one word. Put it in a mixing bowl is said like a million fucking times. That's it. That's the entire subject.
I like how chat right now just wants to hear me talk about food.
No, yeah, it's very pleasant. I mean, there's only one other thing to listen to right now, and it's blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's true.
I think you should talk about food more often, Max.
I don't have that much to say, honestly. Like, when I have something to say, I say it. But like everything I've told you, like I've kind of exhausted my options here.
Wow.
Unless new ideas present themselves and I have time to theorize, I don't have much to say by myself.
Okay, well we're talking about cakes, Max. What is like your optimal like flavor combinations? Like we talking like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry? What do we, you know?
Cakes I've tended to stray away from. They're fine. But my mother lately has been making some incredible scones. And what she does is she makes a scone, which is pretty typical. You make a scone like you make any other baked good. But inside of the scone itself, she'll combine some like cinnamon and some like ground coffee, like coffee beans. So it gives it that nice kind of rich, earthy texture. And then she'll make this really incredible like cinnamon brown sugar like frosting on top of it, and that is fucking insane. I could go fucking cuckoo crazy for that shit. That is a really good breakfast. Like coffee cinnamon brown sugar scones is godlike. That is unreasonable.
Oh my god.
But I don't know. I've never baked myself. I've never done any baking, so I don't know. Stuff that I would do, I can't give you an answer to.
I would love to like bake for people, because like I think a lot of the time the perception is like that gluten-free foods are lesser, and I mean, I would never know, but I would like to think that that's not true, and I want to open people's minds. Anyways, I got the floppy. I'm getting the fuck out of here. We're finally free!
I've had good gluten-free food before. Like, it's fine. But I know what you mean. As far as like making things for people, I agree that like me and Sky talk a lot about how like, because like anytime I make like stir fry and curry, like I'll take pictures and like send it to her. And like the thought of being able to like cook for someone and have them eat it and have them like enjoy it is so inherently fulfilling to me.
Yeah.
Like I would just love to be doing that every single day. I would love to like, if I ever have like roommates, I would love to just constantly be cooking for them.
Guess you could say it's food for the soul. What?
I mean, you could. I don't
Guys,
know,
this is the throne room. This really is a Roblox game now.
Yeah, it's just food for you, for the stomach. It's pretty good.
Yeah, just food for the
Yeah.
You're eating it.
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
Fine.
I just sat on the throne and now I'm falling from the sky! I think I went beyond any like possible kill plane. So I'm just like descending forever.
You should interview the tip.
Yeah.
I really don't think I should. And it's out of the render distance.
Oh.
What? Wait, no. What is this down here? Is this the same
that's
area?
The Grand Mystère. That's what that is.
What?
Yeah.
Am I gonna land on this or am I gonna fuck this up? Oh my god, I think I'm just going to... Maybe I think it... Guys, I just think I skipped a QPU!
Probably.
What if I'm tiny and I go in the castle? Oh, you simply cannot enter. That's so... What? What was that?
Yeah, actually, what the fuck?
I just sat on the throne, that's all I did, and then I got obliterated from existence.
Guess that's what you get. The throne wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess
Did you get
so.
the heart on the throne?
I think the heart was like a hint. There's 5 of them in a world, and when you get all 5, that counts as a floppy. So believe it or not, my totals are still not where they need to be. However, my no-no cube counts are through the roof. I'm really like, I've almost got all of them. I don't know, like I've 100%ed everything so far, so it feels wrong to stop now. Honestly though, out of all the platforms, I still find these jumps on these particular platforms the most frustrating to make. Because the height just... Yeah. And poorly at that. I think the way it's set up, after you descend past a certain distance, let's say z minus 1000, you get teleported to plus z 1000. That sounds likely.
Probably.
I think Pan and Kowick should, like, get his hands on this.
Or it just underflowed. That would be Pog.
Yeah.
I would love it if it crashed if I did that. But first, to understand Regina and Mac, we need to understand parallel universes.
See, what I was hoping is you would get past, like, you would exit the skybox or something and get to the point where, like, the rendering gets fucked and it, like, you have a billion maxes.
There's a couple of ways to do that in, like, Sonic 06, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it. I think if you just, like, do a kick while on top of a box, that's literally all you have to do. And then you go to space. It's like the ending of Sonic Adventure 2, but in reverse. You're blasting off instead of falling to the surface.
Yeah.
Wait, fucking same Griffin, I know which one. The Caillou YouTube poop? I guess I do already quote, Caillou was very upset quite a lot, so that would make sense. I wonder if those are still even up. Because just like inherently being based on like a copyrighted work, it's very possible that those are gone. Even though Walrus Guy has proven this, he's had his day in court. I am Dr. Rabbit. Oh!
Guys, I gotta get to bed. It is so late for me.
That is understandable. Thank you for stopping by, Max. I would not wish this on anybody for an extended period of time. Which, hey chat, hey you guys, thanks.
Yeah. Alright, see you fellas. See you chat. Bye.
Bye, Max.
Bye.
You thinking sticking around FX, or are you probably gonna dip too?
I will see this through until it actually hits 1, I think.
Okay. You can do that in Sonic 1. What, go to space? If you notice, the skybox doesn't actually move when you fall because it's tied to the camera so you can't fall out. Yeah, but Sonic 06 isn't like that, it's like an egg. Which is, you might say, like a Roblox platformer in that way. I mean, Sonic 1 has parallax backgrounds, but I don't think they scroll vertically at all, do they? I was just watching a video on this because Digital Foundry just did a video where somebody like got the source code of Sonic 1 and they ported it to the Super Nintendo. So I've been like actually looking at Sonic 1 quite a bit lately. Oh, also, and because Max didn't plug themselves, you should go check out Max at FunBill. You should check out that interview. I'll put it in the As Seen On channel in the Discord. Max makes so much good stuff, honestly. See, I think if one were to fall out of bounds in my game, it would just be all over. I don't know, I've never accounted for bugs like that, but I have to assume that there's just a kill plane, right? But it didn't, I could swear I accidentally did something like that in LBA 4 where it's not like falling down that's the problem, but like if you get flung at like an insane speed, there's like, because your position goes so far away from 0, there's starting to become like floating point errors with like the geometry, and it looks like you're like boiling alive. Because I know that's happened to me. Which begs the question, I wonder if you could do a floating point Roblox error, and like, here! I mean, it has the energy so much as like, so many of these other things. Why not, you know, take that too?
If they have it, they might. But it seems like how they handled the funny, like, up and down, and probably does that on all the other planes.
Oh, true. I mean, yeah, QPUs are like on a 3D grid, right? Or is it only 2D? I feel like I'm shaming my Mario 64 knowledge because I watched that channel so religiously, but...
I mean, they only show it ever in 2D plane, but, like, it would definitely exist in all 3 planes.
Interesting.
Just because, like, the reason they exist is, like, makes a lot of sense. It's just you overflow far enough. Because they use, like, a smaller number for the geometry than they do for the, like, rendering.
Speaking of, didn't somebody, like, finally, like, beat that Panenkoic challenge that he did recently?
What, like the 100, like...
He made, like, a custom map where you have to, like, get through it with, like, as few A presses as possible, but somebody, like, managed to do it with 0. So before, the plan was going to be that, like, whoever has, like, the lowest by, like, a year from now will get, like, a prize. But somebody managed to do it by 0, so they just automatically got it before, like, the time for the contest even, like, ended.
I don't know. It makes sense if they figured it out.
Man, that's crazy. It's so cool that there's other, like, people with Panenkoic skills out there. That's like, a thing that he can actually do, and people will, like, try it and be good at it and win like that. What I want to see, I haven't seen, like, the winning run of it. I'd love to see that. Like, how'd they do it? You know?
It's probably takes forever.
Well, that's the thing, is because I think one of the rules at the time, I keep making that mistake, was that you couldn't, like, you weren't allowed to stream it.
Couldn't stream it. Was it, like, was it non-TAS?
Non-TAS? I think. It would have to be. I think it would be cheating to do otherwise. That kind of defeats the point of it being, like, a contest of, like, you know, a skill of challenge. Challenge a skill, that is.
Well, it could be, like, a challenge of, like a brain challenge, whatever.
A brain challenge.
Mario 64.
Mario 64 already is a brain challenge.
But an even bigger one. A new challenge for all the people who've gotten bored.
I guess. If you want to just do... Hold up. Okay, I fell. If you want to do an absolute kill for it, it's probably best to attach it to the player object and base it on an object position, because then it should still catch the object if it would otherwise, like, speed clip past the collision. Ah. Well, I think what Roblox does is, like, for, like, you know, the up and down axis, I don't know what you would call whatever this is, because in Roblox it's the Y axis, but y'all are calling it the Z axis, so,
What, the up and down?
yeah, like vertical, like up and down. Not front to back, not side to side, up and down.
That shit fucks me up, because in Unity, I think Y is up.
Yeah, so in Roblox Y is up, but you guys were calling it Z.
But in Unreal Z is up, which is
Yeah,
like,
okay.
weird.
I think Blender might make Z up as well, now that I think about it. Because I've done a lot of fiddling with 3D models of Corrin.
Yeah.
I think it's Y in Unity too. Yeah, it varies. Which makes sense, because I see where that comes from, because in, like, a top-down 2D game, this way is, like, Y, and this way is, like, X. So Z would be this. But, like, I don't know if Unreal would ever have to, like, make that kind of consideration.
I'm pretty... From what I, like, heard in math class, it's, like, the difference between, like, how, like, physics people do it, and how, like, pure maths people do it.
Ah.
And there's just, like, not a really clear reason for it. They just did it differently for, like, no good reason.
Yeah, folks just don't agree
As
on
far
it.
as I know. Yeah, they just did it differently. Maybe there is a more, like actual reason that didn't get explained to me.
I would have to
seems,
assume it's kind of just
so
like different people.
arbitrary that it, no.
I have to assume that it's just like different people kind of coming to the same conclusion, but like in a different way.
Maybe.
Anyways, so, but yeah, whatever you would describe that vertical plane as, the way Roblox does it is that if you just exceed a negative value, then it's an automatic kill no matter, like, how far you are out. I just mean in terms of, like, if you were to go, like, horizontally in any other direction. Because that's when the floating point thing happens that I mentioned a moment ago.
Well, it would happen in any of the directions, because they're all the same.
I guess. I think the difference from what I learned is mainly just different practices between engineers and math boys. What is an engineer if not a math boy? Because in mechanics we used one, and in math we used another.
Yeah.
God, remember Mario Maker 2? Jesus Christ.
Pretty good game.
I still don't know what's at the top of this thing. All I see is no cubes that I do not have. But I would have to assume that there's a floppy at the top of this, right? In fact, I must have... Wait a second, I've got a better idea. If I can replicate that, like, throne room glitch behavior, wouldn't I just be able to fall from infinity and just land on the top of the tower?
If you could, math it out and figure out what button presses you need. I guess it would just be trial and error for a while, but it'd probably be faster.
Huh? Wait, that changed my size. Wait a second. Oh my god! The throne makes you giant. There's a middle size, which means these are all fucking puny now, and I am God.
Oh my god.
So that begs the question, why did I fall from the ceiling?
Oh no. What happens if you, walk off the map?
I think you just die normally.
Oh. Oh wow, this is so much easier now.
Yeah. But I mean, you would have had to do it because on the other side of this tower, there are these, and you need to do this at a normal size to be able to reach the switch, and these are just literally the same as that, so...
Yeah.
Even then, I'm still kind of... Now it's like I'm too big rather than too small. Because when these things start going vertical, that's the problem. But me, you just gotta, speedrun it. You gotta be quick. Engineers do engineering. Math boys do mathematics. That's the difference. Yeah, and if you're standing on, a diagonal surface, you kind of, springboard off of it. It's weird. I guess it's just, making, the player model, accelerate? If it, the slope detection kicks in and decides that this is what we're doing now. So when you jump, it just kind of carries that and it flings you. It's very strange. Good way to differentiate is that engineers use math, math boys do math. Holy shit. That is a good explanation.
Make math and make it happen.
Hey, Gio!
We come up with bullshit.
How are you lovely peeps doing? Quite frankly, horribly. I thought this was, charmingly, lo-fi, the first stream that I did. This has, I don't even know how to describe what Regina and Mac has done to me. But whatever it is, the net effect is not, I would say, positive. Max was here, though, so that's pretty cool. And also, FX is here right now, so,
Yep.
I have one last tether to my sanity at the moment. The second I'm left alone in this particular level, I'm gonna turn into Chris Chan, which is to say that I'm going to turn into Sonichu.
Oh.
It's been hell! It really has! I hated the music before, and it's just gotten worse. I thought the music was kind of funky earlier. But yeah, this is... It's been a lot of this. Oh, you can't even, like, ride in the middle of those anymore either, huh? I've reached the second one.
Oh shit.
I have fallen from the second one. This game is pushing its platforming systems to its very limits, and those limits aren't far. I'm doing badass. I won a game of chess tonight, so now I'm smart. Against Max? Holy shit! Max is, like, good at board games, actually, though. You were too Chungus. What? Speaking of memes... I was never much of a Chungus head. Were you?
I like the animation that it came from. It's pretty cool.
Also, I think I figured out how this works now. Because once the slope detection kicks in when you're standing on like the far edge and you fall to the middle, that's how you know it's safe to stand on the upper edges. So you just kind of gotta let it do this, and then you're up here, and then you cross. Which is like very complicated, but this is the way I have figured out how to do it. And honestly, I don't think this game... They just put shit here, and I don't know if they even playtested half of this. If anything, just make the slope detection value just a little more generous, you know?
The weirdest thing that I've noticed this whole time with this game is how, like, the dithering works.
The dithering?
Yeah, where, like, things above you, like, will dither away and turn transparent so you can see...
Oh, you mean like this?
Character. Yeah.
Or do you
like,
mean mip mapping?
Is that mip mapping? I think mip mapping's something different.
Mip mapping is when the texture resolution is lowered at further distances, and I'm assuming you're talking about like the great thing that's like in the moat.
No, I just mean how things like go away, like, or they turn translucent like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, dithering is specifically like a checkerboarding kind of effect, where it like gives you the illusion of transparency, like that. I think that would be like camera occlusion. Femi would probably know something like that.
Maybe.
For whatever reason, I associate Chungus with racist memers, and I don't know why. Femi, that's like surprisingly on the ball. I get that vibe too. It's like a Reddit meme, but like from like teenagers who use Reddit. What was that? This thing has like pachinko physics. I just got like pushed to the right like through the air and without jumping. So there's no like flinging to go with that.
But yeah, it's like things that obviously aren't blocking your view will like go translucent sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, this game,
Like
the camera gets stuck on nothing. Every single object in this game is just like the same cube. Except, I guess, Regina and Mac. They're made of triangles,
Yeah.
I think. They're made of flesh.
They're made out of polygons and shit.
They're made of love. So band kids! The scary thing is, Kaijumifu, is that, like, yeah, that's exactly what the band kids at Catholic school were like.
Nugget biscuit, nugget biscuit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This one fucking sucks. This is the furthest I've ever made it. No! Regina! I guess Mac is more to blame than Regina, huh?
A little bit.
Thank you.
Mac
You're welcome.
Should have jumped a bit better.
Guess so. I mean, there is a triple jump, but it kind of sucks. And weirdly enough, this game is like stricter about when you can use it compared to something like Mario 64. Because you can, like, kind of be, like, a little bit slow, or you can be, like, at a standing start for, like, at least the first 2 jumps. And the second jump will still give you, like, a little bit of height. But with this, you have to be, like, running at full speed, and, like, that's the only instance you can use it.
Yeah.
And only the third jump gives you, like, a centimeter of extra height. It's not, like, a significant movement option.
Yeah. The movement doesn't seem like to be the draw, I guess.
Yeah, the collision detection and the slope detection in general, for, like, this sequence of obstacles in specific, is wild. I'm, like, clipping in and out and, like, jittering all over the place like you wouldn't believe. And I'm getting stuck in shit and, like, getting, like, warped and pushed around. But there is, I'm pretty sure there's a floppy at the top of this, so... A floppy at the toppy of this. So your boy's gotta commit. I feel like this game would take like 30 hours of dev time to program, and the rest of the dev time is just putting blocks in places. Believe it or not, Femi, this is how Roblox games are made. That's where the sausage comes from. There's no floppy. There's no floppy at the top of the tower. What am I here for? What's the fucking point?
Just to suffer.
Regina? This entire night has been a constant sequence of just like getting owned. Do these boost panels still work? They do, and I'm very glad.
Straight up just getting trolled.
Yeah! Yoshi gets trolled, huh? I figured out where all these, like, red coin thingies are at the very least. And there's, like, another one on the roof, but I have no idea how to get to that. Okay, I think it's all the ones down here. Yeah, like, for something that wants to do, like, okay, this is, like, the Tiny Huge Island section. There's, like, 3 different things, like that going on right now. There's not, like, one gimmick. It's juggling a lot at the moment. Like, there's the size thing, there's the speed thing, there's the, wait. So, wait. How do you get on top of the castle, then? Because I don't think you can do it from the tower. If I were to, like, stand here and then jump... Oh, you probably could, actually. That's what it's for. Great, I have to go back up there.
Yeah.
Hopefully I know what I'm doing, though. Ha ha ha.
Are there... I feel like the, like, built-in stuff in Unity, like, kinda just isn't very usable for something like this, though.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes you appreciate stuff like ukulele, where it's like, boy, there's so much consideration that goes, like, into the fundamentals of something like that, like, you wouldn't even think about, but, like, at the very least, you could say that it's, like, that element is, like, competently put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it isn't very usable, but it's like... I don't know, I guess it works a bit more for what they wanted. So I know, like, the physics stuff in Unity just works in such a strange way.
Speaking of, have you guys been seeing what the ukulele account is up to? It's hard to, like, find evidence of this because they keep, like, deleting the evidence of it, but, like, have you?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the ukulele, like, the Playtonic Twitter account is, like, doing a thing where, like, Laylee cosplays as Mario, and, like, it's Laylee, but, like, with, like, white flesh. And it looks hideous. And they make scary, cursed tweets. But then, like, you know, a couple minutes later, they delete those tweets and pretend it didn't happen.
I think that's funny.
And also, I guess, it's Yuka cosplaying as Yoshi.
Oh.
But that looks a little bit less cursed, because he's still green, just, like, with less, like, colors. But Lady looks fucked up. Disgusting flesh monster. You need to collect all 120 stars. That opens the cannon! Yeah, and then you can be the Yoshi on the roof. That's the end goal here. This really makes me want to do like a weekend game jam and just make something like this, but I find it very hard to justify that time when I can spend it on one of my current projects. Yeah, me too. Like, making a remake of this with the LBA 5 technology is extremely feasible, and I think it would be kind of funny were it not a tremendous waste of time that I could be using to work on the, you know, the actual LBA 5. Whoa! This really is pachinko physics. You go all over the place. If you're like a decimal over 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it just doesn't treat it as an object, like that's messing with you at all.
Well, I think what I just clued into, the reason I'm calling it
like
pachinko
keeping
physics.
that gravity force constant.
Yeah, because once it like decides that the slope detection needs to start affecting you and it starts pushing you, once you jump and once you're in the air and if you like try to start moving against the grain of like the original slope, it doesn't stop applying that force. So the slope detection will kick in and you'll like fly through the air in the direction it wants you to go, and like you have to like wrestle with it. If she was Luigi, she would be John Leguizamo. Where is that guy nowadays? Is he still alive? Or just spend the time on work, which is like kind of on fire right now. Does fire season not usually start earlier than this though? I feel like considering we're juggling like an economic crisis and a health crisis and like this racial justice upheaval, you know, that fire season was inevitable, but like I feel like usually it starts sooner than this, so I think they decided to give us a break a little bit. Yeah, man, though, if you guys are any Californians out there, hope you guys are staying. Like, I've definitely been through like the Alberta wildfires from 2016, which I think was like the worst, like one of the worst natural disasters in the country, like all time. So you know, I hope you guys stay safe. You know, my heart's definitely out to you guys. But it sounds like, at least within the audience, you know, you guys are hanging in there, doing the right thing. Is stream stopped? Probably. Regina and Mac has personally throttled my internet. I've been censored, really. They didn't want the word getting out there. Yeah, he's still around. We're talking about wild. Oh, okay, I guess I'm back up. Cool. Yep, that just happens sometimes. Thanks, Twitch. There is a certain level of comedy, though, that I am talking about these, like, very grim, serious topics with a fucking ridiculous-looking game like this.
Jesus. This level's taken 3 hours.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I've been able to do.
On that?
I've been able to do. I think I did like 4 worlds in one stream the last time I played this. So this, yeah. It would have been nice to get like a variety of music. Would have been nice for fucking anything to happen.
No, you're just stuck on Zelda level.
Yeah. Oh man, this was my favorite part of Ocarina. He was in BoJack Horseman. John Leguizamo? Oh shit, Femi, you got auto-modded, and I don't think anyone's here to undo that, but when I get on the ground, yeah, okay, let me allow that and read it. My state's on fire, so I got notifications for air quality because the sky is all filled with shit. And the slave labor that the state typically uses to fight the fire is unable to do so because they're too sick with the pandemic that the state refuses to treat or take seriously. I've been reading about that, yeah! That's really gonna fuck things up this year. You know, more so than usual.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Things are like so fucked.
Yeah. And usually, you know, sometimes you stream a game and it's like, you know, there's a lot of things that aren't in a good place right now. But, you know, sometimes you can just have a little, you know, a little happy time away from it. This is not that. This is worse.
Not like that,
this is
no.
worse. I want to go back.
No, this game just makes you realize, doesn't it?
You know, people are saying the system's broken. Well, I think I found something even more broken. I think this game is about as close to being on fire as a software products could be. He's also still voicing that sloth piece of shit in Ice Age. Is he? I didn't know he was the voice to begin with. How embarrassing. Aw, that was a good setup that time, though. That one was really close. I was really proud of that run. Yeah, and there's been like stuff with the electricity grid going on too. I've heard about that as well. Jesus Christ. Everything everywhere is just really coming off the rails the last couple of years, huh? It's all coming to a head. And again, what better game to represent going off of the rails than this? Maybe it's just a statement of the times we live in. Wait, so who did he voice on BoJack Horseman? There was a lot of weird shit surrounding that show at the time, huh? Not like at the time, but just like in terms of like their association with Netflix. Cause the studio that makes that, I wanna say Tornante, they like unionized, right? But then like Netflix got rid of them. And I heard Tuca and Birdie got picked up by Adult Swim, maybe? But I thought like Netflix had like a non-compete clause, so they might have just like made like a deal or something, I don't know. Point being is that Patriot Act also got cancelled with Hassan Minaj, and I'm very saddened by that, because now that's two things that I like gone. But it's okay, because Cuties is coming to Netflix in September. Hell yes, I can't wait. Y'all hear about that one?
No.
Cuties on Netflix is apparently a show about little girls twerking, and it's about a girl who discovers like this twerking dance team, and she defies her family to join them, and the poster and the synopsis looks really sus. Like, I feel like I just look at it and I'm on a list now.
Huh.
Like, why? BoJack is airing on Comedy Central nowadays. Is it actually? Does Netflix do like TV stuff like that? And speaking of streaming services, as a Canadian, what the fuck is going on with like HBO Max originals? Because they're actually making some stuff that I want to see, but Bell owns here in Canada all the digital streaming rights to HBO content, so HBO Max isn't going to launch in Canada. They're still just going to like renew their existing deals outside of the US. So like, if there's like an HBO Max original I want to see, as a Canadian, where do I see it? Is it like through like Bell's shit, or is it just like not coming at all? Although you guys are like all Americans, so I can't imagine you would know shit like that. But it's something that's been like haunting me for forever. Griffin, is this a real thing? What the fuck? Yeah, Netflix, Cuties, September 2020. I've been seeing a lot of outrage on Reddit, but you know, it's probably the marketing. I'm sure it's what they want. Patriot Act helped me file my taxes for free. Hell yeah! Yeah, it's been airing for a year or two now. Wow. I guess because the season's done, and they can make some extra money with syndication. Just fucking steal it, Griffin. I literally don't know how. And also, I might have the services already.
You could just use a VPN to, like, switch areas or whatever.
Man, I used to fuck with VPNs. Never again. I don't trust a goddamn thing that YouTubers tell me. The last one that I used, I forget what it was called, but like they had this like enormous data leak. Because I remember when the when season 6 of Community was on the very short-lived Yahoo screen, that was US only, so I had to use a VPN to access that. And boy, did I make a poor choice. But hey, that's also when I used Chrome and not Safari, so you know what? A lot of overlapping poor choices back in the day.
Now you're using fucking Safari.
I like Safari. It's nice to my battery, and that's all it needs to be.
I see. Laptop gang.
Laptop gang. Let's go.
Laptop gang not using the best browser, Firefox, because it takes too much battery, because it's so strong and powerful.
I harbor no ill will towards Firefox. They're nice.
But yeah.
It's such a shame too, because like Chrome used to be like the browser you would like recommend to people, but now like Google's using that position in the market to do like so much like dumb shit that like hurts other browsers, and it's like, fuck off with this. Like, even though, you know, Microsoft's browsers in particular have always been like a joke, I don't want them to like start running on Chromium now. I think that's bad for the industry. They're like, we can't all agree on a set of open standards. And like, hey, Internet Explorer used to do that shit too. What is it like ActiveX is the thing that only Internet Explorer does that like shitty websites insist on only using? But like now it's Chrome doing shit like that. And like, I don't know, nobody should be doing it. If you do watch the Perry Mason reboot on there at some point, please let me know how it is. I love the original Perry Mason series. I wouldn't know either way. All I know is that they're doing an Action Park documentary that's coming to HBO Max. I want to say later this month, but like I want to see it. But like, can you watch HBO Max originals on just like the regular HBO? Because I don't think you can. I think it's their intention to make it two separate things. But HBO's like content strategy in the digital age has always been very confusing. Because before this, there was like HBO Go and HBO Now and HBO Max now, and like there's like a lot of separate things that all do the same thing, but like in very slightly different ways, and I just do not get it. Griffin, how long have you been stuck here? Good question. I don't know. I've just kind of gone into like, I don't know if I would call it a flow state, because a flow state kind of implies like some level of like comfort or skill.
You're just in like, this is just like when it's like Game Grumps and they're just talking and nothing's happening in the game.
God, I guess so. This is why I honestly like try to like tell people not to watch the Twitch streams, because like frame drops are one thing, but like sometimes shit like this just happens, and you know, it's at a time like that where like the 2x button is a goddamn lifesaver.
Oh. And you already did this too, you just have to do it again.
I know!
Yeah.
I thought I was able to make a jump, because I forgot that I'm
like
like giant.
Oh.
So like the tiny stuff This looks like a small gap, because I'm bigger, the smaller stuff looks like it's further away. So when I was judging the distance, it's like, oh, I'll never make that jump, but it's just that the castle is tiny.
Yeah.
Griffin Game Grump. Yeah, I really don't welcome that comparison, but you're not wrong. No, if I was a Game Grump, I would be like, what the fuck do I do? This game fucking poopy ass sticks. Also, be sure to give my family members lots of money for their scams. Also, secondhand smoke isn't real, and also you should try this diet that's also a scam.
Oh.
I honestly feel like I can make a decent platforming system in the time Griffin has been on this section, let alone spent on this game. Yeah, chat has become hostile towards this game. They've gone from the manta ray in Sunshine at the beginning to the pink manta rays in Sunshine at the end, where they all turn pink and angry, and they start to groan and slowly hone in on you. I don't know why we've been talking so much shit on Sunshine when that mission exists. I mean, come on. Come on, man, the Wii.
Oh, Sunshine's a little bit cool. I like the movement. I like the funny diving.
Yes!
And funny spin.
I like the slip and slide.
Yeah, the slip and slide's funny.
Not even funny, just mechanically satisfying to use.
Mm-hmm.
We are out for blood, Griffin. As you should be, I'm proud of you. My little feral viewers. It may be disproportionately me, but I feel justified by the boing boing section. Oh no, I agree. Even from my perspective, where I've been nicer to this game than most, than is reasonable to be, stuff like the boing boing section, this world in general has really kind of made me turn on the game myself. I'm still gonna see it through to the end because I want to, see where it goes, but if the rest is like this, then I might, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it depends on how many worlds are in the game, though, because this is, what, 5? World 5? Block Fort? Blockland? Autism Deathmatch DLC available now. Guys, did you know that Panoots doesn't have the Blockland highlights video anymore? Of all the shit that's gone, that, I think, makes me the absolute saddest. That one's a classic. Oh yeah, and also slurs. Regarding the Game Grump stuff. And also I said slurs to be funny on my show, but I think anyone who's ever said them is terrible and unforgivable somehow has not seen the irony here. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking into it now, and this article is saying that the HBO Max content will be available on Crave if you have the HBO add-on to the service. Just possibly not including titles produced by outside companies. It's saying HBO Max originals will be available on Crave, though. What? All I know about Crave TV is that there's a fucking disgusting Twitter ad that keeps showing up on my timeline, and I haven't blocked the account, and I really fucking should. But the ad is I don't even know what the rest of it is, but it's it auto-plays an Angry Bird, drinking butter, and it, genuinely grosses me out, and it's I hate it. I hate it. It makes me nauseous, it makes me ill. It's such an upsetting ad to me, even though it's just a movie, but I don't like it. It's rendered in such realistic detail. It's what was the Adam Sandler movie? I want to say Jack and Jill, where there was a CGI bird drinking out of a chocolate fountain, but people thought that the bird was real, and that it was animal abuse, so it's guys, don't watch Jack and Jill for this reason and this reason alone. Because they made a bird drink chocolate, but it was a fucking computerized bird. Anyways, I want to put Regina in a chocolate fountain, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. Drinky. I'm a thirsty. Mario want butter. Give me the butter.
and we'll just go to bed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, FX. There's no telling how long this could go on. Somehow I get the feeling that Paper Mario is not happening tonight.
I've given up hope on this castle climb, and we'll be going to bed. Bye-bye.
I think that is wise of you to do. You want to do any plugs before you skedaddle? Oh, I think they're already gone. Yeah, they're gone. Okay, well, it's just me now. As it ought to be. I'm sorry, Kaijumafu, why the fuck did you just say listen here, cum slut? Oh, is that because, like, that's like Tumblr speech? Me getting fucking cunked on a Sunday morning before going to church. What? You mean the Angry Bird drinking butter? This is Paper Mario. Well, the catchphrase is platforming like it's 1998. What year did the original Paper Mario for the N64 launch? I want to say that was like a 2000, 2001 title, though. Like, that was really late N64, wasn't it? I want Zagreus to say that to me. Is that like the dude from Hades? We've been talking about that game lately. And for good goddamn reason, because... Whew, demon boys, huh? I haven't seen anybody besides Hades himself, though, from that game. Are there other handsome boys? I guess he is, like, canonically, like, Pan, right? So, it would have to stand to reason. Yes, 2000. Okay. Listen here, cum slut originated from the bird in the chocolate fountain post? No way! No fucking way. That's really funny. Like, of course there's another layer to it. 2000, it just had its 20th anniversary. Huh. Did the release of Origami King coincide with that in any way, or... Fuck! It's extra insulting that the way the slope detection on the final platform is, it doesn't dump you, like, back a platform, it dumps you through the gap and all the way out. So it's not like, okay, down a step, but you could just step back up. No. Fuck you, retry the whole sequence. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, on some level, I'm kind of learning how the slope detection, like, in mid-air works, and I'm trying to, like, fight the pachinko physics, and it's helping in some cases, but, like, why is it there? It's an extra layer of challenge. Griffin, copy this in LBA 5. Here, I'll do it for you real quick. I could! This would be insanely easy to do in LBA 5, and I'd probably have better slope detection for it, too. There's gay romance for him in the game, which I think is cute, but your mileage may vary. There are other good-looking lads, though. Now this is what I need to see in the As Seen On channel. Femi, can you generate a nude Tane? Now, Zagreus I can get into. I want to pick up Mac and punt him. I don't think Mac can truly be restrained if you think about it, because if his limbs are like Rayman limbs, how can you possibly hold him, you know, prevent him from doing anything? And what is the range on these arms? I don't know why, but for some reason I get the feeling that in a later level I'm going to get like a punch ability. And I will be able to extend my arms as long as I want. And then you'll be sorry. Then you'll really have to watch out. Okay, so great news. My strategy for waiting for the vertical thingy to hit, landing on the middle and then jumping to the top, is actually not a reliable strategy because sometimes it'll just decide to dump you all the way out onto the bottom. So that's cool. LBA, Little Bill Astrology. I had a folder of Hades ship memes last year when I was really into it, but I might have deleted them. Let me check. Imagine having meme folders. Not even saying that is a bad thing, but like, to me that's always been like a bit of like an alien concept, because like, I just don't do it, you know? but I should, I guess? I don't know, usually what I do is just like send links, you know, and be like really strict with myself about like sourcing original content, even when it comes to like, you know, even if it's just like a little funny little meme or whatever. But like, the problem with that is like, over time, you know, accounts get suspended, people lock their Twitters, sometimes they just decide to delete the original post out of their own volition, so like, stuff disappears through that fashion, you know? Punch what enemies, Griffin? I don't know, punch the viewer? Punch a doorbell? I just have a giant image dump folder, huh? The folder was specifically for redrawing the memes, which were photoshops as like actual art. Oh, okay. The second one isn't even the worst. I'm like treating that as such a god damn it tremendous success when we all know that this is really not the case. Also, anything I download, I pull the creator's name as the first word as a part of my organization. That's definitely good practice, but it doesn't make it super easy to still like source back to the original like posts, if they are even there, because you know people change shit, people delete shit, so it's tricky. I have a personal Discord server where I keep funny images for future usage. See now, a Discord server for that purpose. That's a new one. That's the first I've heard of anything like that. I have one pre-2015 folder and one post-2015 folder. Yeah, organizing them by year wouldn't be bad, because then like, they would be like topical. But then also, if you were like looking for a specific one, you would have to like check all the years. Oh, wait a second. I think this music does have a loop point. It just doesn't do like the obnoxious like fading away and then like a few seconds of silence before the music comes back. So it's a little, it's there, but it's certainly like not as like tricky or as heavy-handed as the others. I have no idea how tricky is at all the word that I was looking for there. Depends. There have been cases where links have gone dead, but because the file had the creator's name, I could re-find it from the Google search. Huh, I guess so. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I know more artists who just tend to disappear entirely for some reason. So that's just happens to be my experience, but I guess, you know. I use it for a lot of stuff like testing bots, my mic, and a channel where I type out Mario penis whenever I feel like. Huh. This sounds like my kind of channel, Kaijimafu. This goddamn pachinko. Even the camera's doing like some weird jittering too. And somewhere in there I got a triple jump as well? Yeah, it's very strict about like that 45-degree thing. There's very little leeway from like when you can keep your ground in these like in-between states. I mean, if these weren't cubes, maybe there wouldn't be like such a hard edge to like have to stick to. It's fine, it's fine. See, if there were to be anything named the No-No Cubes in a game like this, it would be this. These are the real No-No Cubes. Or I guess in this case, the No-No Rectangular Prisms. Because when you stand on them, they say no. I will not have it. Oh, also research, I have a channel where I keep all of my citations. Like for your Yoshi research? You ever think about how we're all mortal? and the time that we have on this earth is finite. This game makes me think about that. No! Oh, that's the closest we've gotten in ages! You know, barring the time where I already fucking beat this. I think about that more and more recently. I think this game makes it impossible to ignore. And other research for a secret project, so it's not just Yoshi-based, huh? Huh. Yeah, thank you for sticking with me through this, by the way. I am fully aware that this is not easy to, I don't know, sit through. Endure, is perhaps the word for it. Is it just me, or has Mac's jumps started to like sound like slightly different? I don't know, I think I'm going crazy. I think I'm going to listen to that back, and there's going to be no tangible difference. I think I'm just finally snapping. Well, there better not be another pachinko puzzle after this. Well, this is the thing, is that when I say pachinko, when I'm making that comparison, it's hard to explain the way the pachinko machine plays in Sunshine unless you, like, feel it for yourself. But once you get launched up through that initial shoot, there's, like, a constant rightwards force that is applied on you. So even if you're using the hover nozzle, even if you're, like, doing all sorts of crazy shit, even if you, like, land on the ground and then jump again, there's like a rightwards force, and like you don't have free movement, which is why that pachinko section is as hard as it is, because fighting that rightwards force makes it impossible to get the pockets on the left side. And that's kind of what I'm trying to compare to the slope detection, because if you hit a slope and then you jump off of it, even if you're not touching the slope anymore, there is a constant mid-air force exerted on you in the direction of whatever slope you're coming off of. And I don't know how easy that is for you guys to see, but it sure is easy for me to feel, and it's there. And I think it makes regaining your footing once you slip, once the slip detection kicks in at all, a lot harder to manage. I'm like scared. I don't want to like jump too early because that's like the biggest punishment of all that you can get. Falling from that one is more punishing than anything else, because at least with the third one, you can like recover. What is this game anyways? It's called Regina and Mac, and I hate it. It has no redeeming qualities, and I hate the developers, and I don't want them to interview me, and I rescind my offer for making an icon for them. That's a lie. If they actually paid me, I would do it, but certainly not for free anymore. Anyways, be sure to tune in for part 7 of this next week. This is what made Lucifer fall from the eyes of God. The Yoshi in the corner is keeping me sane. Really, I feel like that represents, like, Yoshi after snapping, Yoshi after not surviving. If you put this game in front of a Yoshi, this is what would happen to them. Hey, Yoshi! Check it out! I know you've been looking for something to play on your Wii U.
Wow, I can't wait! Wait, what's Blocky Swamp?
Good night, Yoshi. What if they are watching, Griffin? If they are watching, then they know exactly what they've done. Just make the slope detection, like, broader than this. Like, it's just mean. It is cruel design through omission. That's gonna be the term that I coined for it. Like, you guys saw that I really gave this game the benefit of the doubt, even really early on, when everybody said that I shouldn't. But now here I am. Yo, I low-key love Lucifer as a name. It's such a good name. Then again, maybe it's high-key given how much I've talked about demons previously. Well, high-key or low-key, Femi, it's just right, you know? You are absolutely correct. Did you ever notice that Hollow Knight has no slopes? I think you're onto something, Femi. I thought this was a game made in dreams. Or is there another term for dream game that means something else? I think I'm going to have dreams about this tonight, and I'm going to see Max staring me in the face. With his fucking white people lips. Yo, look at his lips! No, as in, I mean, I thought it was a game and a dream. Maybe it is. Geo, it's time for you to wake up. I'm sorry, that was Jet Rush, actually. But Geo, too. All of you, it's time to wake up. Open your eyes! I think it's really funny that, actually, that... I mean, I've already commented on their kind of, like, 1,000-yard stares, but, like, they never blink. They just don't. And that, I just clued into that. I don't think I've blinked in a while either, frankly. This is the expression I'm making as well. I'm gonna be looking like Regina by the end of this, but right now I'm a little more like Mac. Wait, what? Griffin that gave me whiplash. Sorry, what did? Griffin, I have decided I'm going to make a short platformer soon, and it's just going to star an orb. It's probably about as animated as these guys. You can make a game about the orb that fell off of Yoshi's nose here. Yeah, go for it. Even, like, within the limitations of rotating blocks, you can make some, like, cool ideas. It's just that this sucks. Because, again, the limitations of just being able to use, like, very simplistic shapes is what those old Roblox games had going for them, and they were able to do some pretty cool stuff at the back in the day, but this is just sheer incompetence. And I think I'm allowed to say that now, as somebody who's just, like, literally made a game with better slope detection than this. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I need to jump on this ledge up here. And very slowly, kind of jitter around a little bit. I've got one chance to get a running start From here to there. This is no time for celebration yet. I'm not ready. Here goes nothing. Is that all that was for? Guys, I think that's all that was for. But wait a second, so I'm still missing one of those hint thingies, but where could that be? I want to say I've already gone down here on all the sides and I found them all, but maybe I didn't? What? I just like took damage from like getting squished. I didn't even know that that was like physically possible as like a thing that you could like do. Yeah, maybe it's like hidden down here somewhere? Nah. Whoa, God. I think it's very funny that those still... Why does that do a timer? It's going to be shit, but I want to see how far we can go, where we should have stopped as a species. It's going to open up with dedicated to R and M, and it's going to end with fuck you, Regina and Mac! I want to shoot this game in the face right now, you wasted all of your time for that. Oh, I knew I was at the top! That's not the first time that I've actually completed that sequence. Problem being is that I didn't know that I had to make that jump earlier, so... There is, however, can I just like... Maybe this is how I fell out, is like the position of this was like above the area a bunch in some way? Anyways, if I touch this, there's no cubes up here that I remember seeing earlier, and I need them now. What's really got my curiosity, though, is how can there be 3 more floppies that I don't have? Like, one of them is gonna be that final, like, red coin collectible. One of them is going to be, I guess, just a standard mission. Does getting 100 no cubes get you the final floppy, or...? $97. Oh yeah, did I mention that he started a new project like a bit ago? It's a fantasy setting and I ended up writing like 10k words for it in like a week or 2. Whoa, that's awesome, Femi. I'm really proud of you. I wish I could do shit like... Wait a second. These are the last 3 cubes. Guys, I think there is a thing up here. I think you are supposed to do this with regular jumps. Because those cubes were not there when I was giant. Oh, I guess I'm going back to the lab. Back to the lab? Yeah, I miss this music. But I can't be done. I can't. Maybe the glitch happens the first time you sit on the throne, and maybe I can do the glitch again, and then it will let me skip that bullshit. Because there's no fucking way I can do that at normal size. I really just don't think there is. Yeah, you can't really see what's up there, but there are cubes! So how do you do this? Remember when you fell out of the world and then hypothesized that you fell from -1000 to +1000? Yeah, I think all the worlds, all the copies of this, big, small, and little, are like vertically stacked on top of each other, and we fell from the big one to the medium one, which is why I didn't immediately clue in that I grew. I could swear that I saw a floppy on top of this thing while I was falling as well. But I literally don't know, like, how to manage this. I could barely do that, and this is, like, way harder than that, so... Like, vertically, it demands a lot more of you per thing. I can barely get 1. There's no way I'm getting 4 of those. Like, I think I might have to give up. Usually when I'm stubborn about something and I spend like 7 hours on Hollow Knight, it's like... What keeps me going is that it feels like it's doable. This is like straight up just not. Is there any way to clip out of here somehow? Yeah, the cubes all have like overlapping on their corners, so it's not like a flimsy thing. After all, I do build up speed for 12 hours. Like, run at it. If I run at it... Well, I'm already giant, so I have to be little again. Then I go back in there. And then I don't know. I don't know what I did to trigger that glitch. It does, like, flash blue for, like, our frames, so maybe, like, this just didn't load at first? Also, is the ceiling supposed to be pink? I think I was joking about missing textures earlier, but I think that one's for real. Yeah, I must have done something that was like frame perfect or something, but yeah. What if I'm giant? Is the kill plane any bigger or smaller when that happens? Because maybe if I'm giant and then I jump off the edge, then I can like outrun it. I can go over and then fall again. Guys, it just occurred to me that like half of my hand has gone numb while playing this, like my left hand. Because it's been like so repetitive what I've been doing. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any outrunning that either. Damn. I'm seeing that blue flash. I'm so tempted by it, but I know there's no way I'm going to be able to exploit that on purpose. I think I'm just actually out of ideas here. I think everything else that I need is here. But like, look at this. Like, at least with the side here, it's low enough where you can, like, touch it and then just kind of, like, fight the slope detection a little bit to get up the rest of the way, but, like, what's going on here? Like, I can't do that 4 times successfully, especially when they fling you off as, like, unforgivingly as that, so I think that's just gonna be where I'm gonna call it for tonight. Fuck it, I got mouse pads to mock up. So with that, that was the stream tonight. If you enjoyed what you saw, hey, maybe you'll enjoy Regina and Mac, but, if you didn't, then you're sane. Anyways, you can follow me on Twitch, you can follow me on YouTube, you can I'm not even gonna do the full rigmarole. I don't think this game, like, deserves it, but you can follow me on Twitch, you can follow me on YouTube, you can subscribe to me here on Twitch, and you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Pillow, and Discord. There's a Discord server with all sorts of links. I mean, there was some, like, fun stuff we discussed earlier, but, like, that's about it, gameplay-wise. Oh boy. But yeah, if you want any of the links to that, then the Twitch cards are below if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. Ding dong. Who's here? Yoshi. Go to hell. Good night.